Wonderful, wonderful.
Welcome to the MMA-Holes. It's good to be here. It's good to be alive. It's good to be wonderful, wonderful. My name is Chris, Mystic Moss, King of the Dragons, and I will be your host for this evening as we discuss the latest in UFC news. We talk about some fights. We talk about Dana White and Aljamain Sterling going back and forth about a fight that's supposed to happen in a future pay-per-view. Aljo versus Sugar Sean O'Malley. We had fights on Saturday night. McKenzie Dern dominated Angela Hill, especially towards the end of that fight. The beginning was actually a lot of fun, a good back and forth scrap, and then as soon as we hit the fourth and fifth round, it was super Dern. She was all muscular and she just got it done. You know, she got it done. It was wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
We got so much to get to tonight. We're going to play a little bit of the media scrum with Dana White because he had a lot to say in this, so we're going to kind of skim through it. We're going to give our thoughts. We didn't get to do a media scrum reaction on Saturday night, so we'll listen to the boss. We'll talk about the news. How's everyone doing in the chat? Because I'm here, and I'm just like, I'm worried about you guys. I just want to make sure everything's okay. You know, is everyone comfortable? How's everyone doing on a Monday night? You know, beginning of the work week. How's everyone doing? Everyone good? Let me see in the chat. Nothing beats watching a fat girl pull her shirt up.
Wonderful, wonderful.
What's up, Two Joints? NH, Life and Logic. Good Mystic One. How you doing? How you doing? I'm doing good. You doing good? Undeniable. All right, that's wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad. How you doing, Sausage? Christian M, I'm doing good today. All right, I'm good. That's good to hear. It's good to hear. Watching the Lakers kill Denver. Okay, good stuff. Sounds like that's a good time. Moss, I gotta poop soon, hopefully. I hope you get it all out. I've been on a great diet lately. I've been able to defecate appropriately every day. It's been great. Ever since I've gotten rid of sugar and changed up a couple of things, my digestive system's been great, so I hope yours is as well. Moss, you're awesome. Liked the clips. Thank you. Thank you, Sweet Lose Hog. I appreciate that. Well, at least beating Den. Okay. I'm doing great. Not over till it's over. Blue Dog, MMA-Holes. Moss, what's up? I got a piece. Okay, I hope, listen. I hope everything gets out okay. I want to give a shout out to our sponsors before we get into the program. Shout out to CBDX.com. Promo code MMA-HOLES for 20% off. The finest of THC products. It gets you high. Go to CBDX.com. Use promo code MMA-HOLES for 20% off. Get a free gift on your first order. And you must be 21 plus or older to purchase. MyBookie.ag is the place where we make our bets. Use code MMA-HOLES. That's MMA-HOLES. The same code for all our sponsors, so you don't get confused. But you get a 100% match on your first deposit at MyBookie.ag. Go over there and win some bucks. I'm going to bounce back this Saturday. You'll see. You'll see. Head Rush. Shout out to Head Rush Premium Clothing. 2 links in the description. Down below, if you'd like to look cool, if you'd like to look sexy, if you'd like to look wonderful, wonderful, check out Head Rush. Get our code 20% off with MMA-HOLES. 20% off. That's
wonderful,
wonderful, wonderful. And the best underwear in the game, Sheath underwear. Link in the description. You got an optional pouch in the front. This thing is great. You can tuck your junk in there. It's fantastic. You're not sweating all over your ball sacks and stuff. And it looks good. It feels good. It's the most comfortable underwear I've ever worn. And that is a guarantee from me. I usually wear underwear with holes in them and from China. This Sheath underwear is got a money-back guarantee. That's how good this stuff is. So go check it out for yourself. Use our code MMA-HOLES for 20% off. And ESPN Plus is how you can watch the UFC. We got a link in the description. I want to thank everyone that used that link for the Devin Haney fight. I appreciate that. By the way, Devin Haney versus Lomachenko went down, and I'm so glad I didn't watch it. I don't know. Did anyone in the chat watch the boxing event that happened on Saturday night? I know it's an MMA channel, but I saw it was another controversial decision. They thought Lomachenko won, but Devin Haney won, and it's like people are crying and complaining, and I'm thrilled. Thank you. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that happened. We didn't watch that crap. Good. Vietnamese style did. He's undeniable seeing it. Okay. Do you agree with the decision? Hope Haney beats Tank. I guess that's next. Yeah. If Haney fights Tank, I'll do a reaction to that. Haney clearly won. Wow, you are literally the first person I saw say that. That's crazy. I saw Paulie Malignaggi going crazy over it. Good match. Loma 8-4. Everyone said Loma won. Yeah, so I'm surprised I saw that in the chat that someone said Haney won. I don't watch boxing without you, Moss. Thank you, damn sausage. I don't watch it without you. Boxing is life, and it is. No, it's not. It's not. It's just like if you want to get continuously disappointed, watch every boxing event. Now, the UFC was kind of up and down, but it finished on a high note with that Dern fight. It was pretty wild. McKenzie Dern goes in there, and she just takes care of business on Angela Hill. She gets her first ever main event win. So congratulations to McKenzie Dern for that. And now people are like, you know what? Not only do you want to fap to this girl, but we want to see her fight, you know, some of the big names now. We want to see her get another shot, another crack, moving up the rankings and fight for a belt potentially. Like, let's get that going over here. So McKenzie Dern did fantastic. She looked like she was using that divorce anger, and she was going in there and she was just harnessing the energy. She had the shape she was in, the muscles on this girl. I mean, she clearly took this very serious, and Angela Hill did a good job competing for the first 3 rounds, and then it was all downhill. Angela Hill had nothing for McKenzie Dern. Now, Hill is pushing 40 years of age. I thought Hill would have been a little more competitive, but in this 5-round fight, Dern proved that she is here. She made a complete statement on Saturday night. So impressive win for McKenzie. I'm actually looking forward to seeing what's next for her. And how about women's MMA saving the day? I mean, we had some, you know, sketchy things to say about WMMA before, but in this situation, you know, they go to show you that there are still some good fights that are on the table that the UFC has in store for us. Hernandez over Shabazian. I mean, Hernandez looked ridiculously good. And Edmond, my gosh, he starts off decent in the first round, then all of a sudden the gas tank goes down, and Hernandez had an unlimited tank of gas as he went in there, and he just ran over Shabazian. Like, I mean, he just owned him. Like, it was pretty wild and impressive. Anthony Hernandez, I cannot wait to see what's next for that kid. That kid is tough as nails, only 1 loss. Ducote loses to Godinez. Fiallo got smoked by Buckley. Nice debut for Buckley at welterweight. Very good job by him. Diego Ferreira, excuse me, who had a little bit of a shaky first round, went in there and just starched Johnson. Johnson was stiff in the air, cracked, fell down to the ground, follow-up strike happens, and then you see Ferreira just holding the back of his head saying, Michael, are you okay, bud? Is everything okay, buddy? It was pretty vicious. So big bounce back win for Ferreira, tough loss for Johnson. Ferreira was on a 3-fight losing streak. So for him to get that win against MJ, it was well needed, well deserved, and it's going to be something that's going to be on the highlight reels for a while. I could see Teenage Wasteland, Teenage Wasteland, like that intro shit, and I could see that knockout being on there. It was that good. Let's see. Borshev bounces back for a win against Mahashate. He got himself a performance of the night for that, so congratulations. He really needed a win as well. Shaky after the contender series with him. Karolina Kowalkiewicz looked fantastic against the pole dancer, so the pole lock beats the pole dancer in that fight over there. Karolina Kowalkiewicz, just when you think she's done, she's on a win streak again. Can she rise up and fight for a belt again? Maybe. She looked good. She did look very good in that fight, and she's another one pushing 40. Onion loses to Urbina. Urbina looked fantastic in that fight over there. Did not go the distance. My boy Latifi shit the bed against Nascimento. Nascimento grinded out that split decision. How about Chase Hooper? The Pooper Hooper Scooper going in there 155 and doing work on Fiore. Chase is back, baby. This guy is back, and I saw Fiore get ripped apart about the striking. How do you get outstrike and dominated on the feet like that from Chase Hooper, who's a clunky, goofy striker? And New England Cartel, I mean, there's some killers over there with Fury, and he goes in there, and Chase just does work on him, man. I got to reach out to Chase and get him back on. He looked great. Total strike 68-20 in the first round. He was over 3 on the takedowns, but he was super active. 74-16 in the second round outstruck. Third round, 75-22. Chase just lit him up. Lit him up. He looks so good, Chase. Chase is still a baby. What, 23? How old's Chase now? 24 maybe? Teenage Westland. Guys, hit the like if you haven't done so. I appreciate it. Let's see. Chase, where you at? Man, they really started early with Chase. Third fight in. 23, yeah. Damn, man, he's only 23 years old. How many UFC fights at 23? It's nuts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, no, it's Fury. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 fights. 8 fights. 23 years old. 8 UFC fights. Holy smokes. 8 UFC fights, and he's only 23 years old. He's 12-3-1. Listen, Chase is interesting. Maybe he'll take out Islam. Anyone think he's going to take out Islam Makhachev? That's a little premature, but you never know. Natalia Silva dominated Leonardo. I mean, complete lopsided matchmaking over there. Natalia looked great. And Garimbo got the unanimous decision against Takashi Sato. So that was the card. It was entertaining for the most part. I mean, it had moments where we kind of dipped, but for the most part, it ended with a bang with the girls. But in the chat, let me know if you watched, and if you did so, what did you think of the fights that happened on Saturday night? We're going to get to the Dana White situation in a second over here. I want to quickly recap that card. I don't want to spend too much time on it. I root for Chase Hooper. Good dude. Chase Hooper would walk Khabib like a goat. Oof. Wow. I hear the trendy thing is to say that people will beat Khabib. I hear people are stealing each other's videos. Word on the street. People are stealing each other's videos and talking about who would potentially beat Khabib Nurmagomedov, which is probably the dumbest fucking thing in the world to make a video about because Khabib's not coming back. It's like me saying who would win a fight, the Hulk versus Superman. They're not even real. Like, Khabib's not even coming back. It's a weird thing. It's a weird thing. More importantly, what do you think about Power Slap Season 2? Zero interest. 0.0. Hey, everyone. Hey, Hammerback. I don't need to fight to prove I'm right. I don't need to be forgiven. Okay, is that like a song? I don't know. One, Hooper, only 23. Dang, that's young. Yeah, it's crazy, right? 8 fights in the UFC, and he's 23 years old. Chase Hooper kills John Chase kills John Jones. You know, it's funny you talk about John Bones Jones. Let me see if I can pull it up here.
Super chat.
We got a donation from Life and Logic. Thank
Moss, get back Chase or Taylor Starling back here.
Well, one of those we can get back. Can you guess which one it is? One we can most likely get back. Take a guess. Take a guess which one will probably come back. Take a guess. I'll let you. Did Taylor win? No, she didn't win. She did not win. Nope. Take a guess. Take a guess. Who can we get back? No, not that. Nope. 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 Nope.
Nope. Super chat.
Nope. 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 Nope.
Sam Alvey has a fight this weekend. Show support.
Oh shit! Is he fighting this weekend? What is he fighting on Saturday or Friday? I hope it's Friday. Maybe we'll react to it. Smiling Sam Alvey. Let me see. Thank you for the donation, Jay Smith. You sexy fuck you. Let's see. Tapology. Smiling Sam Alvey. He says he wants to come on, but you know, every time we've had him on, it was on a Wednesday, and you know, he's busy on Wednesdays. Wednesday, like he said that was the worst night for him to come on. And I mean, I guess I could do a pre-recorded thing, or I could just do like a random pop-up stream on another day. Because I'd like to talk to Smiling Sam again. He's awesome. Let's see. What is this? Whoa, big boy. The Big Mac he's fighting. That looks like Adesanya's brother. Columbus, Georgia. 5/27. Is the 27th, what the fuck day is it? I don't know. It's Saturday. Boo, Sam. It's Saturday. What time of the UFC fights on Saturday? Should we just forget about the UFC and watch Smiling Sam's fight? Oh, damn. Oh, wow. The main card is starting. No. 9 p.m. Eastern time. I'm actually kind of interested in this card because it's got Albazi. This guy was my guy. I picked him to be the flyweight champion at the end of the year. Amir Albazi. I am this close to getting it. To getting one of the most mystical picks of all time. Once again. Amir Albazi. I need him to beat Kara France. It's not a layup. But that's happening, so we're not going to be able to see Smiling Sam's fight. Next event is June 3rd. Yeah, go subscribe to Smiling Sam's channel. He's a nice guy. Very nice guy. Roberto Hernandez, my bro. I don't know if you're here, but you've been in my mind. Yeah, he's kind of been, he popped in a couple of times. He's here and there. He's a busy man. He's going to Dodgers games. He's living. He's living the dream, baby. He's doing his thing. Here comes the Herds. Sam's going for most losses in a row. We know who's got that on lock. Another guy I haven't spoken to in a while, Felony Charles Bennett. He's got that on lock, man. He's got that under control. No need for that. No need for worrying. Anyway, this Albazi fight definitely is something that I am interested in. I don't know. Maybe a lot of people don't know about Albazi, but the dude is very good. And Kara France is a good matchup. I don't really typically get super duper excited for a flyweight main event. You know, it doesn't usually tickle me. But this does. This is a very good fight. Let me look at the rest of this card. I didn't take a peek at the rest of this. Man, how about Bruce Leroy? Now he's in the co-main event. This guy's been on a roll. He's fighting, what's his face from SNL? What's that, Pete Davidson? Good for Pete Davidson, co-main event. Weird co-main event, but good for Bruce Leroy. He's, you know, for the most part, looked pretty good. He's 20-13-0, but, like, look at his resume. He did lose, like, 2 fights ago, but, I mean, he was on a tear, and he is still coming off a win. So he lost to Sadiq. That's right, Super Sadiq Yusuf. Not a bad loss right there. I wonder when Sadiq's coming back. Man, March of 2022. I wonder how he's feeling. I wouldn't know. He unfollowed us on Twitter. So, I don't know. Whoops. I guess we pissed him off too. He did pop in the chat one day. I don't know what's going on. We're pissing off everybody. He popped in the chat one day and he got mad about something. I caught the tail end of it. I don't know if anyone was in the chat while I was here, but I caught he was mad about something. And then I was like, I didn't pay any mind to it. I was like, I don't know. I guess someone was trolling in the chat or some shit. And maybe it was something I said. But the next thing you know, I see you unfollow us on Twitter. I was like, add him to the list, baby. Add him to the list. Let's go, champs. Get out of my dojo. Anyway. Yeah, so Pete Davidson's fighting Alex Caceres in the co-main event. That's going down. Let's see what else we got here. Jim Miller, Jared Gordon. That's right, Jared Gordon's coming in on short notice. Tim Elliott, oh boy, the man who we just spoke about, who got cheated on by his wife, Mazzani, allegedly. Some crazy stories. We got to get Tim Elliott on. Spill the beans about all that. I saw he was talking to, oh my God, what the fuck? Why am I drawing a blank? He just commented on one of our posts. Very nice guy. I don't know why. James Lynch. Fucking James. Sorry, I forgot your name for a second there. Brain fart. But yeah, check out James Lynch's channel. He actually spoke to Tim about the Mazzani situation. He did it in a professional way. If Tim wants to come on the show and do an unprofessional interview, I'm your Huckleby, as Brendan Schaub says. I am your Huckleby. Silva versus Souza. Kuda de Leeds versus Malarkey. That's a good fight. Zaleski versus Nurmagomedov. Wow. That's a good one. Let's see. Castaneda. John Castaneda. He's returning. Matias Mendonca. Andrei Arlovsky. He didn't quit against Dante Almeida. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. How old is Andre now? Andre's 44. Oh, this fight's going to be... Oof. I tell you what, though. I might pick Andre. Oh, this fight's going to be a mess. That's just a mess. Santos versus Munoz Jr. Jinyu Frey is back against Elise Reed. Ooh. Well, someone's got to win, I guess. Ooh. Lacerda versus Blackshear. Grishin versus Philip Lentz. Okay. All right. We'll have fun with this. We'll do our thing on Saturday. We'll do our thing. Andre gonna fight some Paroli. 44 years old is nuts. It really is. It's pretty impressive that Arlovsky is still in the UFC at 44, still doing his thing. That is very. I mean, you think about the career Andre Arlovsky has had, and he's still going. It's pretty wild. What are we doing Saturday? What do you mean? What are we doing? We're watching Smiling Sam Alvey. No, that's it. Okay, let's look at the boss here. Let's pull the boss up for a second here. So this was after McKenzie Dern's fight. So there's some things that came out. One of the things was an Aljamain Sterling reference. It seems like there's like a little bit of a miscommunication. I got to be honest with you. Listen, the story of the MMA-Holes and Aljamain Sterling. We've interviewed him a couple of times on the show. We started his rise to the title. We started it right after he fought Marlon Moraes. He came on the show, and then boom, boom, boom. Here he goes. He's on his way for a title, and now he is arguably the best bantamweight ever. So I take credit for that here on the MMA-Holes. But the way he won the belt, the way he was kneed in the head, and the whole actor thing and how it was handled, I do cringe a little bit by that, and we've been a little hard on him at certain situations, how he handled that. And I understand why fans don't like him. I understand why fans do like him, because he's kind of redeemed himself. I mean, the whole actor thing is kind of gone. He's proven that he could beat Jan, even though it was a close fight. I know TJ had one arm. Henry Cejudo's a midget. I get it. But still, regardless of the fact he's defending his belt against guys that they're putting in front of him. And then Dana White gets in the cage. Not Dana White. Well, he does get in the cage, but he does tell Aljamain Sterling, hey, quick turnaround. You're going to fight Sean O'Malley in Boston. And immediately I'm like, what? Like, okay, cool. As a fan, that's great. But if you're thinking about where the fighter's mindset is, I'm sure it's weird. It's weird. Like, you do have other guys, Adesanya's and Leon Edwards, and, I mean, look what Connor's done. There are people that have held up divisions because they didn't like what the UFC put in front of them. But Dana White says, no, you are fighting Sean O'Malley in Boston. And he agreed to it. And now there's a little bit of trouble in paradise between the two. So we're going to play a little bit of that. But before we get into that, let's just hear some of the other things the boss said, because the boss had a lot to say on Saturday. So we're gonna break this down over here. We're gonna listen to Dana White, our favorite. This guy is our favorite, man. One of the best, man. There's no one better than Dana White, right? Classy guy. I actually like Dana. I don't hate Dana. I have no hate for Dana, but I scratch my head at some of the things he's been saying, especially lately. Lately, he's been a little peculiar, the things that have been coming out of his mouth. So let's bring the boss into the game here. Let's see what we got.
And Michael Chandler, Connor
right
has
out of the
said
water.
that there will be an announcement for the fight during the airing of Tough. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Yes.
So there's a fight signed?
There's a fight.
Okay.
Well, he has to get into the USADA pool first. He's
Okay. So right off the bat, a doozy. Asking about Conor McGregor, and he says, well, he's got to get in the USADA pool first. What? Dude, isn't this pool a 6-month pool? Isn't this a pool where we got to be in that thing swimming around for like 6 months or some shit? Oh, Dana went off on Robin Black. Yeah, may as well play that too. Robin had a response to it. He's like, I don't know. Sometimes you just got to bink. No, I like Robin. But Robin did have a response, and I know I'm ugly, but
Signed?
There's a fight.
Okay.
Well, he has to get into the USADA pool first. He's filling out the paperwork. I don't know how soon that'll be done or what's going on, but that's his business that he's handling with USADA, and but it's all in motion.
Can we expect
What does that even mean? It's all in. Why is he not in the pool? Why does everyone get weirded out? Like, what's happening here? He's coaching tough? How the fuck was he coaching tough and he's not in the USADA testing pool? How? What? Like, I don't know. Listen, I'm a big Conor fan, man, but lately he's been driving me nuts. Like, this whole thing has been driving me insane. The fucking the documentary on our gaming stream, we went in depth on the Conor McGregor documentary. One's in the chat if you've seen that. I mean, it started off good and then it completely fell apart. Didn't even address the things that it was supposed, like we wanted. You know what I'm talking about. All the shit he got into afterwards. It would like conveniently cut in the Bellator where he hopped into the cage and went after Mark Goddard. No, they cut it before that. Hugged the fighter, family man. Well, like what? Dude, it was ridiculous. It was the most ridiculous documentary nonsense I've ever seen. Such a buzzkill and a letdown. Drove me nuts. But I know what's happening, and this is the Cliff Notes version. If you want to hear my full in-depth going crazy over this, go to the gaming channel. You hear me and Jesse talk about it. I have a feeling there's going to be like 3 more of these things. You know what I'm saying? He had the one before this. He has this one. It's like a cliffhanger. The final one, what's it called? Documentary or whatever you want to call it of Conor McGregor will dive into this stuff. No doubt about it, because there's no way you could avoid all the craziness, his demons, his inside demons. So I'm assuming it's eventually going to happen down the road. But if you're looking for that in this one, McGregor Forever, it's not there. It's just not there. It's just how he overcame everything. It's like, come on. Stop it. It's just a complete waste of time. Anyway, so he's not in the testing pool. What do you guys think about that? Coach Tough, time has passed. He's trotting around. They're about to debut the Tough season. They're supposed to release a date for the fight. No testing. We don't even know if McGregor could even make 155, because if you did watch this McGregor Forever, you saw how tough it was for him to even hit 155 now. Like he used to hit 145, put on a little muscle. 155 started to become a little tough for him. Like, you saw him struggling trying to hit this 155. Now my man's walking around like the Hulk. How the fuck is he going to get down to 155? I don't know. I would not be surprised. I know Dana doesn't like to do catch weight fights and different weight class fights, but I have a feeling it's Conor McGregor. They'll be like, oh, we're just going to make this at like 175 or so. You know, I don't know.
that this year? The fight?
Yeah. I mean, that's what we're shooting for. I mean, hopefully, you know, we have a big fight in Madison Square Garden in November and then a big fight in December.
So what makes sense will be John Jones, MSG, November, and then hopefully Conor McGregor, Chad Mendes. Chad Mendes too. Conor McGregor versus the other frumpy guy, Michael Chandler, in Vegas on December. I would imagine that's what's going to happen. And if that does happen, that's a pretty fun way to end the year. We're in a little bit of a weird spot right now. You got the female main event coming up in Canada, and like, okay. Then you got a BMF nonsense belt. Dustin Poirier was on Ariel today. And Ariel's like, to be frank, I'm just not a fan of that belt. I agree, Ariel. We're on the same page on that one. The belt is fucking stupid. Like, I would have rather have Ariel say to Poirier, that belt is dumb as fuck. I mean, but he kind of said it in other words, so credit to Ariel for that. But yeah, it's dopey. Great fight, you know, fun rematch, but BMF belt, shut the fuck up.
You also announced the BMF title is going to be on the line again. Curious what the decision was to bring that back. Yeah,
you know, war room shit every Tuesday.
We didn't have anyone to fight for a belt, so we decided to bring back the fantasy belt.
There, and you know, as we were putting that card together for Utah, we thought that Poirier and Gaethje is such a awesome fight. Masvidal retired, so we put the BMF up. You have no idea How many of these fighters want to fight for the BMF title? They all,
Oh, yeah, they're all just like, Dana, come on. They joke around on social media. And it's usually fighters that can't win an actual title. So, yeah, of course, you get a novelty belt. That's fun, right? You can hang that thing up and be like, yeah, I fought for this at one time. You know, I'm sure it's fun for the fighters, but it's just fucking stupid. Gonna make a gif right now, Dana going off on Robin Black. Yeah, did you hear Robin's... I'll fish for it after we hear the Dana Robin Black thing. Yeah, Dana White, listen, he's always good at the press conferences. There's always, like, there's a lot of shit that makes you scratch your head, but Dana's the man. Like, when he talks, it's just like, how could you not have a reaction to what Dana's saying? Like, he's usually spewing bullshit, but he's a promoter, right? That's his job. And then Ariel called WWE Combat Sports today. Dude, did he really? You know, I try to give the man a compliment, and then you got to throw that tidbit of information out. WWE. All right.
they all want to fight for that belt. So it's fun. It's different. So we'll do it again.
Yeah. But Dana, follow-up question. Is it true that BMF belt is happening because none of your fighters want to fight for an actual championship? No one's ready at that time, and you want to charge your fans $85 a pop? And the only way you could do that is put fantasy belt on the line. You know, it's for that. I mean, you've had pay-per-views before without belts. You've done it. It's been done. But, Dana, is it true that you don't believe in Dustin Poirier versus Justin Gaethje as a main event to sell pay-per-views? Like, this fight should sell itself. Why? How come you can't promote this fight? Why do you got to put a fantasy belt there? I don't know. For real. I mean, like, that's a great fight. Why? The only way you could promote this is put that Lego belt on the line. Like, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, that's the follow-up. Like, let's call a spade. Like, I'd rather have Dana White just show up and go, you know, yeah, no one was available. I got to charge you guys a fucking $85 pay-per-view. It's in our contract. You know? So yeah, I put the fake belt there. Hopefully, you know, we sucker some fans into buying it. Imagine if he said that, that'd be great. I would have a lot more respect, but he's got a bullshit and shit like that. And like, does anyone believe him?
Could we potentially see that belt come around a little more often now? Is that something that maybe they'll need to defend?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
look at the cringe on his face. Look at the cringe. He even cringed. Look, watch when she asked this question. Look at him. He's just like, he's like struggling. He's like, can we talk about power slap?
It's different, so we'll do it again.
Could we potentially see that belt come around a little more often now? Is that something that maybe they'll need to defend?
You know what? He does not like that fucking belt. He was forced to put this dopey-ass belt out there because they didn't have anyone to fight for the real belt. Any real belt. Just cringing. Dude, just be honest.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, when you think about coming up with it the first time, those are the two right guys, and so are these. These are the two right guys for that too. And you know, whether that thing's in play or not in play, that fight is what it is. But everybody wants that belt, so.
Oh, you mean to tell me you're not putting that belt there because you don't believe Dustin Poirier and Gaethje can sell pay-per-views? That's not why you're doing the belt? Because it seems like that's why. Now, let me say this. Savage, Mervoth. Yes. We brought this up before in a previous show. Do the BMF division. Do it. Do it. Have the baddest. If you're on the UFC roster, you're one of the baddest men and women on the planet. You're already one of the baddest men and women on the planet. But if you're going to sell this nonsense belt and then shelf it and then bring it back out because you need to sell pay-per-views, put the damn division together. They could stay, so say if lightweights are fighting, they could be ranked in whatever spot they're at, but put a BMF division on the side. Put it on the side. And then who knows? If a BMF champion just keeps defending in the BMF division, you might be able to pull off something that actually works in a real title fight versus a BMF title fight. And what if the BMF champ skips the line and beats the champion? That would be interesting. That would be it would be a circus and a shit show. That would be interesting. Make me want to pay $85 for this belt. Put a division together. I'm fine with that. But I'm better with not even having it at all. We already have our rankings and this and that, but if you want to do that, okay. I can kind of get involved in that. The fighters would be more excited. You know, silly shit. Bad men fighting for the bad belt. All right. But don't just keep throwing it out there. It means absolutely nothing. So you mean to tell me the baddest man on the planet fights for the BMF belt? Then what is the person that fights for the real championship?
Super chat.
That's a semi-bad person.
Connor is walking around looking like he's competing in this year's Arnold Classic and no one knows why he hasn't gotten into the pool yet. Pretty sure it's because he's not a good swimmer.
Dude, tell me about it. Preach. How about the $9.99? Thank you very much. Thank you for the support, Ronnie. I salute you, my friend. Thank you. Yep, he's not in the pool. He's not in the pool yet. Dude, like, I love Conor, man. I love Conor McGregor, but let's just say, I wish Conor's like, I'm on the fucking sauce. Yeah, I just got to get it out of my system. Once it's out of my system, it's go. It's go time. It's McGregor forever. You know, like, that's what I want. But no, like they're just prancing him around, still juiced, waiting for it to get out of his system. It is a bummer. Because McGregor did run around when he was on the rise, these steroid juice heads, and I would never touch the stuff. And now when he breaks something, and I'm not against it. Like, I'm not against steroids. I think if people are recovering and they need to get back into shape, or if people just want to put fancy muscles on, knock yourself out. Who gives a shit? I don't care. But, you know, 1 minute he couldn't stand steroids, and now all of a sudden they're covering the fact that he's juiced up. Juice head turkey. I just don't want to be lied to. You know? Been watching the sport long enough where I know when they're fucking lying to us. Don't lie to us. Just tell us the fucking truth. I'll respect them way more. Dana White's a pretty transparent guy, right? A lot of times he speaks what's on his mind. But covering up this other shit, it's just like, damn, Conor's clean my ass. Do you really believe that, Great Yash? As much as I would love to believe that and run with that, I can't. It's impossible. Conor's never done any drugs or steroids, says Ron Burgundy. Well, that is the anchor man, so I'm gonna have to believe that. Anyway, if you're just jumping in, we're listening to the boss. He was speaking to the media on Saturday. We shut her down because I have back issues. I still have those, but they're a little better now. Thanks for asking. And we're going to listen to the boss. Now we're going to break it down. It's going to go into the Aljamain Sterling thing as well. So if you just jumped in, we didn't even get to the Aljo part. We're talking about a little Conor McGregor. If you have anything on your mind, let me know in the chat. We'll pluck it out. We'll talk about it as well. Got to protect the cash cow. Yeah. I mean, I still think you can protect the guy and be honest as well. Sometimes if you're honest, sometimes it's more powerful. I don't know. Like if Conor just went out there and was like, yeah, you know, I jumped out of the fucking rankings. I got roided up, you know, healed myself up. I'm going to clean myself back up. I'm going to hop right back in the pool and away I go. I would have so much respect for that. I'd be like, all right, good for you. More fighters should do that. Like what's going to happen? What would happen if Conor says that? What are they going to do? Most are on some PEDs. I agree. I do agree. I wish that was the real Rufian Stotts. I do wish that was really you. I'm a big fan of your work, but it's not, unfortunately. Let Conor take anything he wants. Maybe it will help him. That sounds like a dig. Trying to dig Conor McGregor? You trying to take a dig at him?
What the hell?
Has Masvidal talked to you at all about that? Has he given his blessing or commented at all?
No. I haven't talked to Masvidal about it. No,
he sucks now. So, you know, he doesn't get me any money anymore, so he's gone. I wouldn't have talked to Masvidal either. Yeah, why would he talk to Masvidal about that? That's a weird follow-up question. I mean, I guess he did have the BMF belt. They should have... Why don't you just, instead of The Rock putting the belt around, like the person that gives up and vacates the BMF belt, they should be forced to put it around the next person. That should be their punishment for sucking. What do you think? One's in the chat if you'd like to see Jorge Masvidal in the cage. I mean, he's friends with Dustin, right? He's friends with Poirier. Why not? If you'd like to see Jorge Masvidal
super chat.
be the guy to put the belt around the waist.
Please don't jump off corner train. Keep with us, Moss.
Oh, let me just say this, Michael. I give you my word. I give you my word that I will always be forever McGregor. Okay? Because when he fights Michael Chandler, what am I going to do? I'm going to sit here and I'm going to ride the fuck out of his dick. I'm going to insert his dick in my ass so fucking far. His balls are going to be slapping against my balls. And I'm going to be riding hard until McGregor fights in December and kicks Michael Chandler's ass. And then after that, a guy that I've been riding for a while, Islam Makhachev. I'm a big fan of the guy. When Conor McGregor defeats Chandler and then he gets a shot at fighting Islam Makhachev, well, you know what's going to happen, boys?
Wonderful, wonderful.
You know, I'm just going to be doing my thing. But right now, I have to be as honest as possible. That's one thing about this channel. You're guaranteed to get that. Listen, I'll ride the dick. I'll have fun. You know, I'll razz the chat. I'll do my thing. But if there is something that is being done that I'm like, oh, come on, this is ridiculous, I will say it. Let's see what else the boss has to say.
We also got to ask about Francis Ngannou going to PFL. I'm just curious about your thoughts on that deal.
You know, based on what I know about the deal, which is not much.
So he says he doesn't know much about Francis Ngannou's deal. Now, I saw Ariel release something talking about Francis Ngannou's situation with the PFL. I didn't watch it at that thing. I did hear a little bit of Dustin Poirier's interview. That's the only thing I heard today. But I didn't see. I saw the clip was released of Francis Ngannou. And the reason why I didn't watch it is because I'm afraid I'm going to agree with Ariel. And I don't want... I already agree with him with a couple of things tonight. So I'm a little, you know, I'm a little shook here. I don't want to keep agreeing with Ariel, okay? But with the Francis Ngannou thing, I thought he made a big mistake in the beginning. Then he signs his deal with the PFL. It's a pretty decent deal. Pretty decent deal for Ngannou. So the boss over here claims he doesn't know much about the deal, which, do you believe that, chat? Do you believe?
Based on what I know about the deal, which is not much, it makes no sense to me. I mean, you're going to pay a guy not to fight for a year, and it's already been like 18 months. He's fought 3 times in the last 3 years.
If it makes no sense to you, if it makes no sense, I don't want to, I guess it's the roast of Dana White. Dana, I love you too, but listen, you're going to catch it tonight. If it makes no sense, then why did you release all the breaking news right after Francis Ngannou? Like, why did you steal his thunder? Coincidence? I don't know about that. Come on, man. Come on. You released the Dustin Poirier versus Gaethje situation, all the other nonsense that was going on. This is all coming up like conveniently the same day on a Tuesday, because Tuesday's the best night to drop breaking news. I was sitting on my gaming channel when that news dropped on an off night Tuesday. But because Francis Ngannou's news broke, you know. But
been like 18 months. He's fought 3 times in the last 3 years. It's just not what we do here. It's not what we do. And the day that we released him, I knew exactly what was going to happen. And Francis wants to take 0 risks. Doesn't want to take any chances.
Well, he took a risk. He left the UFC. I mean, that's a massive risk. Now, on the other side of things, I understand why the UFC did not sign Francis. I get it. Francis sounds like a headache. Okay, so I do agree with why Dana White is kind of like edgy with Francis. They probably went through some shit, and this guy's been a problem for a while. Like they tried to put him in the Apex and make him the test tube heavyweight fighter, and then he became a prima donna at one point, and they were trying to rein him back in again, and he went rogue again, and So the UFC is like, okay, this guy's not listening to us. He's not being Aljamain Sterling. He's revolting. So if he's not going to get on board here, even though we're giving him a decent deal, then we're going to have to let him go, right?
And he obviously didn't want to take a chance against Jon Jones. And after we saw what happened with Cyril Gane, I don't blame him.
Is that it? He didn't want to take a chance against Jon Jones? Or maybe he just wanted to get paid a boatload of money to fight him. I can't see that Francis Jones fights every 4 years. Exactly. Jones took his sweet-ass time moving up to heavyweight. Exactly. He took his sweet-ass time. Dude, what is he saying, man? Like, I'm starting to think that Dana might be losing it. Like, I'm really starting to think that. I'm always going to be a Dana White fan, but I'm going to be as real as possible when I feel like he's dropping the ball. In this situation over here, he may as well just say, listen, I wish him the best at PFL. All the best. It just didn't work out here. Done. It's over. But yet, the press is doing a great job asking him these questions, and he's literally... media's giving him the shovel, and he's digging his own grave. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
I think the outcome would have been exactly the same. And I'm sure most of you do, and I'm sure Francis does too.
Yeah, Jon Jones, very good chance, beats Francis Ngannou. But to say Francis Ngannou was running from Jon Jones when Jon Jones took 4 years to fucking go up to heavyweight, like, I don't know, how many years was it? Come on.
And the media makes it sound like that I'm saying that he's afraid of him. I don't think that he's afraid of anybody. It's just the fact.
Didn't he just... Wait, hold on a second. I got to hear this again. Did I hear this wrong?
And exactly the same. I don't blame him. And he obviously didn't want to take a chance against Jon Jones. And after we saw what happened with Cyril Gane, I don't blame him.
Am I hearing that he's insinuating that he's scared of fighting Jon Jones after what he's seen, what he did to Cyril Gane? Am I hearing this wrong?
I think the outcome would have been exactly the same. And I'm sure most of you do, and I'm sure Francis does too. And the media makes it sound like that I'm saying that he's afraid of him.
I mean, it does. What are you saying?
I don't think that he's afraid of anybody. It's just the fact that he doesn't want to take any risk. He wants to,
He's not afraid, but he doesn't want to take any risks. If you don't want to take risks, you're afraid of the consequences. Guys, like Goodnight says, make it make sense. Dude, what is going on? Now, Dana did have a wad of money in his pocket. He may have just been like, hey, I'm just buying time to get to the blackjack table. I think that's probably what's happening here. Dana's just like, listen, I'm just going to ramble some shit here, give you guys what you want, and I need to play some blackjack. Because you'll find out later on he slips one of the media members a $100 bill.
PFL's going to pay this guy to train for a boxing match that may not even happen and that they might not even be involved in. How does that make any sense?
What does it matter? Well, who cares? Like, what is it? If it doesn't make any sense, that's fine. But what does that do to you? You're the A side. I don't understand. Like, why is he like? He could have just squashed it. What are you worried about then?
It doesn't make sense to me. I mean, Anthony Joshua called it a gimmick fight this week. He when asked about that fight, he's like, I'm focused on fighting the best guys in the world. I'm not interested in a gimmick fight right now. And that's one of the big problems with boxing right now is it's all about these gimmicky type fights. And that's just not what I do here. It's not what I...
He doesn't do that. I mean, listen, like could you imagine if CM Punk fought in the UFC? Could you imagine? Like that, like thank God the UFC didn't do that.
I put on fights with the best fighters in the world and fights that people want to see. Francis could have done a deal here. Hunter through the kitchen.
Oh, BMF. Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, I don't do BM. I don't do gimmick fights. I don't do gimmick fights. But I'm going to have this fucking unicorn belt. I'm going to have a... Dude. Come on. Dude. We need to be there for this. We need to have the live chat fired up during a media scrum and just cut him off and be like, bro, what the fuck is going on right now? I'm telling you, this guy has done so much for the sport for UFC, right? He's done so much for MMA. Dana White is a G. He's made more money than anyone. The guy, Slap's not a gimmick. No, not at all. He's done so much. But I feel like he's just he's past his prime. You know what I'm saying? Like he's saying things and he's not realizing what he's saying and how he sounds. And to the people out there, and people know I'm not a Dana. I may come across as a Dana hater in the stream. Let me make this very clear. We've been doing these for almost 7 years, and I've sucked Dana's dick way more than I've shit on him. Way more. I've been team Dana, and I'm still pro Dana White. I think he's probably a fun guy to hang out with, you know? Maybe he slapped his wife and, maybe he's done some questionable things along the way. But I don't think Dana all around is a bad guy. He's just being a promoter. He's just trying to sell fights. But now he's selling these fights. He's trying to sell Power Slap. There's other leagues, there's other organizations, there's Goofball Jake Paul and novelty fights, there's Bare Knuckle, there's all these other things nipping. They're all nipping at his heels. It's not just like boxing where he's chasing boxing. The UFC arguably you could say maybe is past boxing with the buzz that you get on some of their massive pay-per-views. A lot of people are talking about it. You got celebrities and a lot of people are talking about the UFC right now. So I think what's happened is the UFC just blasted past everyone. Now they're at the top, and you got all these other people. Just it's not just De La Hoya. There's all these other fucking people out there trying to nip at the UFC. And Dana's sticking his foot in his mouth over and over again. No Dana, no UFC. I tell you what, the day Dana does leave is going to be a rough day for the UFC. I agree with that. But, man, we may be seeing, we're just seeing the boss pass his prime. That's what I'm seeing here. Power Slap is a perfect example. Stop feeding me that. I don't want to eat it. I don't want it. That I am not want. I tried because I'm a fanboy of Dana White. I gave it a go. I even dragged UFC fighters on this show to react to Power Slap live. But I can't do it. I can't support it. It just sucks. It's terrible. It's a terrible product. Absolutely terrible. And now it's on Rumble, and apparently the new season started, and I won't watch a damn episode. I think what happened with the Ultimate Fighter is garbage, or Ultimate Fighter's trash. So what do? Now they bring Conor McGregor back. Okay, now I'm gonna have to watch this again. We'll be doing live reactions to the Ultimate Fighter. If that shit sucks too, oh boy, we're gonna be lighting shit on fire. We're going to be going nuts. By the way, before we go back into the UFC over here, let me just give a little selfish plug. Because check this out. We dropped something special over here. Oh, you wanna raid someone real quick? This guy never has anyone watching. You guys want to raid him? One's in the chat if you want to do a little raid, have a little fun. Let me know. But let me do a selfish plug over here before we get back into Dana White. We got a lot of show to get to here. I appreciate your time. We dropped this. There's a 15% off deal on our store, the MMA-Holes.com. And we dropped something very, very special over here. Wow, it's very close. Why is it so fucking close? Hold on a second here. I'll get in. You know, the MMA-Holes Dojo has been going on since 2016. It's about time we have a proper logo to this. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's here. The logo is here. It's dropped on the store. 15% off for only 2 days. Go over to the link in our community section on our Spreadshirt shop, and you could be rocking, yes, the first ever MMA-Holes sleeveless shirt. What? We got the tank top as well. Go check it out over there. We got the t-shirt. Limited time only, baby. Come on. Get it. Get it.
Wonderful, wonderful.
All right. Now let's get back to our regularly scheduled program over here. That's right. It's got the dragon on there. Come on, baby. Come on. That's how we do it. That's how we do things over here. So shout out to that. Did you guys want to rate? It's actually a pretty cool logo, man. I was working on that shit today, and I was looking at Jess. I was like, I think I like this one. All right, we're gonna have a couple of ones. Fuck the raid. We're not rating. All right, let's get back into this. Let's get back to Dana.
Kitchen sink at that guy, you know. Hunter went to more dinners with Francis Ngannou and did everything in his power to try to get this fight done, and you know. Francis just thinks that he's in a position where he's got some Conor McGregor Mayweather fight on his hands, which he does not. That fight was like a once-in-a-lifetime type deal. Fight that I wasn't very interested in. But
you're interested in money, and that Mayweather-McGregor thing made stupid money. But he is right. Like, no matter what Francis Ngannou does, do I ever slunk royal eggs? I don't slunk royal eggs. I've never done that before. No. No. But I would try it. Maybe on a Fuko Friday. I don't know. Francis Ngannou is just not a draw. He isn't. He's not the McGregor. Like, if you have him against Tyson Fury is going to get the buzz, the pull. You have some MMA interest. But Francis Ngannou is not McGregor. McGregor's a fucking rock star. I know Francis is the biggest, baddest man on the planet, but there is a reason why the Dana White could not strike a deal with him, because he doesn't pull the pay-per-view numbers. So he's not wrong here. This is I do agree with.
But at the end of the day, it became so big. The right guys, the right time, the right place. The fans wanted it, so we did it, and we got it done. MMA guys versus boxers.
You think Dana ever regrets the Mayweather fight? You know, yes. I do. Conor doesn't take... If Dana was able to put his foot down and control McGregor and have him not take that Mayweather fight, we could see, if someone jumped into the time machine and stopped Conor McGregor from taking that Mayweather fight, things could have been way different for Conor McGregor and for the UFC. So the answer is yes. I do think Dana White, in hindsight, would not want to do that again. That was a bad move. Great for Conor. He became super rich, but Conor kind of sold his soul. Like, he literally made a deal with the devil, make a boatload of money with Floyd Mayweather. It made him the rich man that he is today. But there was a massive consequence to that. Massive.
Doesn't make any sense to me. But I know that he thinks there's all this money in it. I disagree. I don't think there is. And I have no...
That's not true. How do you disagree? The deal that he just made with PFL, what are you saying, for PFL or for Francis? Because if it's for Francis, the dude already made a big deal, and he's going to fight in boxing. Eventually, he is going to make a boatload of money. So, dude... What?
No beef with the PFL. I mean, these guys have always been super professional and, never talked any smack. You know me. If I don't like you, whether it's De La Hoya or another, organization out there, whatever it is, I don't hold back. I'll let you have it. But, what they're doing makes no sense to me. Their business strategy. I'm hearing that
Isn't it crazy how much time he's spending on PFL? You guys want to raid? Do you want to? You guys want to send the troops or what? You want to send the troops? You guys want it? Do you guys need it, or you want to? We want to continue the program. You want it? Do you need it? Do you need the raid? Do you need it in your system? You want it? You gonna force my hand? Okay. I will give you what you need. I will give you the raid you deserve. I like when Dana does this DJ thing. All right, so the channel's called MMA on the Rocks. I've known this guy for a very long time.
So
he just gets drunk and talks about MMA. All right, he's on simultaneous to us, trying to steal my views. No, I'm kidding. Let's go show him some love. He's got there's Pale Monkey, MMA Guru raid. All right, all right. I'm out. Where is this? Oh, Bert's that child. Fucking hell. Oh, God. All right, you know what? Rate him anyway. He's a nice guy. Bert, show yourself back in here. You're 12. You're 12 years old. That's the dude that fucking spams in our Discord. He's like, hey, guys, check out my channel. Oh, my God. Yeah, Sausage threw it in the chat. Go check out MMA on the Rocks and do MMA-Holes. MMA-Holes, baby. Just drop MMA-Holes in the chat.
His last fight, where he had the headbutt
this fucking guy
against
this
Jared
kid.
Gordon.
All right, here we go. Let's pull this up like this. This fucking kid. What is this kid doing? All right, overpower the 12-year-old. Let's see if you can overpower the 12-year-old in the chat. Let's see if you can do it, guys. Let's see who has the most power in the chat. This like 312-year-old. Let's see what this dude. This dude's probably like, what the fuck's going on? Hold on, let's see.
His win bonus. So now we also have Paulo Costa and Ikram Aliskerov.
Come on, guys.
That's a fun
overpower
fight.
the
Steven Thompson
12-year-old.
and Michelle Pereira. Who would want to see that? So the reason I started off saying that this was going to be we also have Derek Lewis and Marcos Rogero.
You can't handle the MMA-Holes. Ray, boys! Raid them!
The MMA-Holes are here too. Well, welcome everybody.
Raid them!
Raiding the show. I'm getting a barrage of comments here. Which is kind of cool. So
we beat you.
Here's the thing, and since we have a bunch of people on the line,
12-year-old.
Here's the thing with this main event.
You idiot! The 12-year-old. All right. Anyway, there he is. MMA on the Rocks. Oh, kids. This is what happens when there's no parental supervision. Bird MMA, man. You got to do something with yourself. You got to do something with yourself, man. You got to hit puberty. You got to do something with yourself, man. You got to do things better with your time. All right, let's get back to Dana White and his DJ.
We're raising money right now, 280 million, 300 million, I don't know what the number is, from the Middle East. And I've done a lot of business in the Middle East. Those guys are sharp, and they know what to do. I don't know who in the hell would give them $280 million because I'm hearing they're buying Bellator, right?
They're not. You're not. They're not buying Bellator. Yo, man. It's so wild. Reminds me of a young Mr. Bean. They're not buying Bellator. You know that. Damn, Dana. It's wild how much time he took on PFL.
So you're an organization that's burning cash, have no ratings and selling no tickets, and you're going to raise $280 million to buy a company that's burning cash, sells no tickets, and does no ratings. It sounds fucking absolutely genius to me.
They're not doing that. They're not doing that. That's not what's happening. That's literally not what's happening. They're not buying Bellator. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Like, he's literally making shit up. They're not buying Bellator.
And I don't know.
His handler should be like, Dana, that's not happening. Like, they know it's not. Why is he just making shit up?
I know how this story ends. I get what Francis is doing. I wish the PFL all the luck in the world. I wish him all the luck.
No, you don't. You just lied about them. He just lied. Like, he literally just lied about PFL. Like, it's weird, man. That's a weird thing.
In the world, it's just not what we do here.
No, what we like to do here is sit and lie about other organizations. Bro, PFL is on ESPN as well. Like, you guys are in the same bed. Just wish him the best and move on. Why sit here and just go on and on about, like, this other company that's insignificant to you, right? It doesn't make any sense. It's really a weird move by Dana. It almost sounds like he's fucking jealous that PFL was able to get a deal with Francis Ngannou and the UFC couldn't. That over-explanation that just happened there, if I was just a casual fan watching this, I would be like, you know what is he, jealous? Like, what the fuck? It's weird. He shouldn't be. I mean, he's the UFC.
You know, right now when you think about it, he's going.
Bird MMA is a kid, bro. That's a kid. Dude, am I going to have to call the police? It's a kid, man. Are you, maybe you're a kid too.
This company, I don't know what they're paying him or what's going
Call Chris Hansen immediately.
on or any of that stuff. He's not even fighting their champions. You know what I mean? He wants to box. He signs with this company, and he's not even willing to fight their champions right now. He's fought 3 times in the last 3 years, and it's been like 18 months since he's fought, and from what I'm hearing, he's not going to fight for another year.
So what's the big deal? Who cares? Why does it bother you? I'm calling Chris Hansen. That's it. Someone screenshot that. Screenshot that fake Brendan Schaub in the. I'm calling the police.
The stuff that's being talked about, it's all bullshit by the media. The media is creating all this bullshit. It's just
the media is creating bullshit. Yet, so I'm assuming you got your facts from the media, who you claim is creating bullshit, and they're not facts because you said PFL's buying Bellator, and they're not.
It's like I had to listen to this fucking.
Oh, get ready. Get ready. Here it comes. Here it comes, baby. All right, here's the juicy part. Now, this is completely out of left field. Robin Black, I'm doing karate combat right now, and, you know, his hair's all over the place, and he's trying to keep it together, you know? Dana White. Are you coming on? Oh, okay. I'll save this for Jesse. Dana White goes after Robin Black completely out of left field. Now listen, I like a little roasting. I like a good roasting. I'm a sucker for a roasting. So, but we do know Robin, and he's actually a very nice guy. And I used to shit on Robin in the beginning, and now I'm kind of listen. He's such a cool dude, man. Like I've dealt with him a bunch of times. He's a really nice guy. He's aloof. He's weird. Maybe a little homosexual, but he's got a baby. You think Robin Black's gay? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
Did he have his baby?
Yeah, they had the kid. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is
But
it a boy
he's
or
been
a girl?
traveling a lot, so I think he's had enough.
Oh. Is it a boy or a girl?
I think he had a girl. Yeah.
Aw.
He had a little baby.
So cute.
But yeah, Dana White. Did you hear what Dana White said about Robin?
I didn't. I remember, you told me earlier that he said something about I can't remember what it was, but I did hear that he had said something, but I don't know all the context.
Bert, that's rude. You're the same age as this kid, bro. How dare you say things like that? This is weird kid, Bert MMA. I don't know what's going on with him, but he's all riled up. I think he's hopped up on sugar in the chat right now.
Who?
This kid, Bert MMA. I don't
Okay.
know. I saw it. I think is that the same kid on Discord? I don't even fucking know, man. There's two
Bert?
kids. I think there's 2 kids that just pop up.
Mm-hmm.
They're children. Like I actually clicked on the channel.
Yeah.
And it was like, "Hey guys, it's
Oh,
my birthday.
no.
It's these kids." And then you see them in the chat, and they're acting like adults, like talking shit. And I'm like, "Oh my god, they're just fucking children."
Oh no.
Oh my god, dude, he's a kid. Dude, you're a kid, bro.
Well, if he's a kid, then who cares what he's saying?
I don't know. I feel bad for him.
Oh, I don't feel bad for him. He's asking for it. I mean,
Why
he's
aren't
putting
you
himself in
hanging
the
out with
chat.
people your age? Why just hang out with people? Like hang out, like go outside.
Maybe he's like a recluse.
I don't know, chase girls or something. Actually, he's too young for girls. Dude, it's nuts, man. And then you got adults, like following this kid and saying, Bert's the man.
For him, then.
He's got adults following. No, it's pedophilia. Like these fucking adults beating off to his videos.
What do you mean beating off?
Oh, you got to see them. It's crazy.
Beating off?
Yeah, they're beating off to Bert. The Bert beat offers.
You don't.
I see him in the chat tonight. So I'm in the chat. Bert's the man. He's a god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck?
What's wrong with you creeps? Fucking creeps, man. Little kid and creeps. Weird bunch. Anyway, here's Dana White.
Robin Black, who looks like he came out of a fucking 1997 fucking time warp, talking shit. If anybody needs a makeover, somebody please help that dude. Get him. What's that show on TV? Major Makeover or whatever the fuck it is.
Dude.
Why is he going in so hard?
He was just shitting on the PFL, right? He went on this whole rant about the PFL, which I think is ridiculous because he is the A side, right? He's the A side. He's the UFC. Why does he got to spend all his time on the PFL? And then he's saying that the PFL is buying belts.
The more time you spend on something,
nonsense,
the more
right?
triggered you look.
Yeah. And now he moves over and, like, let me get to the question here. It's really weird.
So did Robin Black say something to trigger this response?
He's going to say what Robin said, but I don't know when Robin said this. But it's like, it's completely out of left field.
Robin Black, who looks, it's like bullshit by the media.
Here we go.
All the stuff that's being talked about, it's all bullshit by the media. The media is creating all this bullshit. It's like, I had to listen to this fucking Robin Black, who looks like he came out of a fucking 1997 fucking time warp, talking shit. If anybody needs a makeover, somebody please help that dude. Get him. What's that show on TV? Major Makeover or whatever the fuck it is.
Hey, what's that show that we watch? Major Makeover? Yeah, I like that show. He needs to be on. Did he just admit to watching makeover shows?
No, he could have seen a trailer for it.
What's that show on TV? I don't watch it. What's it called? Major Makeover? What is it? Is there a show called Major Makeover?
And there's probably like a million makeover shows.
Let me see. Major Makeover. Major Make. Oh yeah. How the fuck does he know about this show? Oh no, it's just Major Makeovers.
No, it's probably not.
TV.
There's like a million makeover shows out there, so.
Major Makeover. What's that show called that I've never seen before? Wink, wink. Girlfriend interview. Reality TV show. Extreme Makeover. Okay, so there's no major. Okay. All right, good. So Dana still has hope. Sam Alvey's fighting this weekend. All right, back to Dana.
Somebody signed Robin Black up for that thing. This guy's out there talking all this shit about, we're just all about marketing, not the best fighters in the world, and all this really stupid shit. So a lot of this stuff's just coming from the media. But when you think about Francis.
All right, so hold on a second here. Let's go to Robin Black's Instagram. Be nice. Be nice. He's our friend. And he kissed me, Jesse. He kissed me. When he came on our show, we kissed.
Virtual kiss.
We had a kiss. Now here's Robin's response. It's a typical response to a bully type thing. You ready for this? Do not make fun of his looks. Okay? Do not make fun of the man. The man is 54, I think.
Wow, really?
Yeah, Robin Black is...
Wow, he started his family late.
Yeah. I thought I started late, but yeah, Robin has me beat. So if I want to have more kids, Jess, just look at Robin
54. Black. How old's his wife?
She's young. She's 12 now. 53. He's 5'5", 53.
How old is his wife?
I don't know. I'm not going to pull her up here. But yeah, Robin Black is 53 years old, and he needs to be on Major Makeover. But he does wear guy liner. So here he is at Karate Combat. Actually, Ben Davis was over there with him. So Ben did an interview. He seized the moment. Ben, I'm sure Twitter blew up when Robin Black got brought up. So here's Robin's response.
All right, Robin Black, we're here after Karate Combat.
And Ben's like, all right now. Like has that radio voice. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We got Robin Black here.
39. Dana White had a couple.
Ben, what is that, man? All righty.
Words for you. Your response.
So I have no idea what he said. I actually really like Dana, and my experiences with him have been all very good. So I'm kind of disappointed that I've offended him in some way. I think it probably had to do with Francis Ngannou, and I was kind of giving them a compliment. Like, it's good business to try to control the narrative. It's good business to invest in your marketing, in your storytelling, and they're the best at it. This we see in all businesses all around the world. People are controlling the narrative because it's easier than just controlling reality. So that was not intended to offend the guy. And in fact, like I said, I like him. My experiences with him are very good.
Did he get Botox or something?
Something
happened.
I don't know. But looks aside, it sounds like Robin Black is just trying to kiss ass so that he's not on Dana's bad side.
Yeah. Oh, of course, because you don't want, no matter what Dana says, you want to make sure that you don't want to bury him, because then you're never invited back anywhere near his circle. But yeah, that's Robin.
So it's a bit of a drag.
Do you think you need a makeover?
So yeah, I do actually. I think so I don't know exactly what he said, but I like the fact that he kind of went after this stuff instead of the words.
I hate this response. I hate it so much.
Yeah.
Because he's like I get it, like you roll with the punches and everything, like that's what you normally do, but if you're rolling with the punches too much to the point where you're like agreeing with all the nasty shit that someone says about you, then it's kind of like you're rolling over and just letting someone take a big shit on you. You know, like you're just allowing it to happen publicly. And it kind of makes you look weak. Like, yes, roll with the punches, right? But to an extent. Don't be a fucking pussy and just and be like, yes, shit all over me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't like this response. I don't like it. Come on, Robin. You can do better than this.
This is a typical Robin Black response, though. This is how he responds. This is why he was on Rogan and he's had all these crazy opportunities, because he does. He kisses a lot of ass. Like
I know, but
he doesn't burn bridges. He's not the type of guy that's going to burn a bridge.
If, like the makeover question, he could have been like, yeah, I need a makeover. Like, you know, crack a joke about himself and move on. Yeah. But like, he's literally rolling over and just letting Dana shit on him. Like that's what's happening.
What Robin does, man. That's, you know, he's not looking for confrontation and all that stuff, especially with a guy like Dana White, of course, right? But yeah, that's his response.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if there's anything else.
Maybe went after the words too, but I don't think I was saying anything that isn't factual or intended to offend. Controlling narrative is a modern business move. I said I think they don't need to have the best fighters. They just need to convince us they do. That doesn't mean they don't have the best. It means the root of it is telling stories, and they're great at it.
So I've heard Robin before blatantly say that other organizations, the best fighters are not in the UFC. I've heard him say that. I've literally heard Robin say that. I've heard him say that. So he's backpedaling.
Yeah, he's just trying to. He's saving face.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Yep.
Robin Black looks like he got stuck at 50% transforming from Splinter into Tommy Lee. Moss, when Robin was on your show, he came off like a prude old woman. Not a fan of his. He looks like a character you designed for a game.
Yeah, he looks like a wee character. He didn't come across as prude when he came on the show. Did you think that?
No, I think he rolled with the punches pretty well when he came on. But you also didn't throw some heavy shade at him like you normally do.
No, I made fun of his rock days.
Yeah, but I think that's about as far as... I don't remember you ever going like, you know...
I said, what the fuck is this? Yeah, I pulled up the pictures of his 80s, like his crazy band days. And I was like, what is going on?
Yeah, I don't think you hit him hard, though. Like, there's some guests that we've had you really, like, laid in.
But I'm trying to feel like, where did he come up as a prude? Like, I didn't get that.
Well, I don't think he was given the opportunity to come up as a prude.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell. He wasn't playing along. I mean, listen. Let me say this. Look at the guy. Right? Let Jesse do the interview?
No. You don't want me to do the interview?
Yeah, all right. I have no problem with that, actually.
Yeah.
I have no problem with that.
Yeah, he has no problem because he knows it's going to fail miserably.
Look at the hand this guy was dealt with. All right? Robin Black, he's not gifted in the looks area. And he's 5'5". He's an inch taller than me. So other than that, he's got that going for him. But listen, there's a lot of things. So what he has done is he carved this crazy, and he's also flamboyant, and he's got this lisp.
The lisp, yeah.
He talks about his lisp, actually. So what he has done.
I have a genuine question. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'll ask you a question.
No, I'm saying what he has done with his career, and he's been successful doing it with this shit hand that he was dealt. I mean, he was dealt a pretty shitty hand.
Yeah.
He could have just wallowed and turtled up and let them fucking ground and pound him into the ground until he fucking, I'm only 5'4", man. I don't understand. Like, what's wrong with that? What do you mean only 5'4"?
In a serious question, I'm not trying to like tease or anything like that, but people who know that they have a lisp, is that like they can't correct it on their own, or like what's the deal?
You can't just correct it, but I mean there are speech therapists that.
But what causes it? I don't understand. Like, is it like a
cock?
Seriously.
Yeah, too much cock.
Yeah.
Like,
I've always wondered that. Like, if they are aware of it,
Bird MMA has a lisp.
Wouldn't they be more conscious of it and try to correct it or something? I don't know.
No, it's not like something you'd be like, okay, let me fix this now. Like, you need to go to a speech therapist, and people have lisp for all different reasons. It's kind of fucked up, man, to have a lisp,
Yeah. My brothers had a friend who had a lisp, and I always thought it was like
Yeah, Bird MMA has it.
So ridiculous. But like, I never made fun of him for it, but it was just like, I don't know. Like, I always wondered why can't you just talk normal?
Oh, that's Bert. ask Bert MMA. Why does he have a lisp? Here's Robin's. Now he has a written response. Can you see this from here?
Having my looks made fun of by a famous promoter is all good for business, and I'm not bothered in the slightest. I know how I look, and I know it's dated, but I like it, so I do me. I get to do what I love my way every day. I'm happy and grateful, and I want for nothing.
And then he has this whole thing over here.
I can't read that.
Where he just talks. So go check his IG.
Too tiny for me to
read. Gave it a little heart, because I don't like when people are bullied, Jesse. It's just wrong. When people bully people, it's just wrong, and I just don't like it. I think it's wrong, Jesse. Let's move on.
Their last champion, or maybe it was his current champion, lost to Tybura, right? And then the champion now.
Isn't it Tabora? Tybura? Is that how you say his name? Tybura?
I always said Tabora.
I thought
it was Tabora.
Lost to Yuri Prohaska in the first round, who isn't even a heavyweight. Francis doesn't want to fight these two guys now.
He's still going with it.
Am I the only one that this whole thing is just a bunch of bullshit? So
he's so triggered. Look at you could even see it in his face. Like Dana's. You remember when I was saying the older Dana gets, the more he's becoming readable? Like, he used to be completely unreadable. He used to be able to bullshit the audience and just be he used to manipulate everyone. But the older he's getting, I think he's losing it. Like, he's losing his mojo, and you can read his face like a book now. And you can tell when he's just full blown triggered. He has a
pocket full of money.
It's wild.
He's just like passing time to go to the blackjack table. I think that's what it is, man. It is weird. I feel like he's like past his prime. It's bizarre.
That's my 2 cents.
There you
go. My last question, hopefully a fun one. McGregor's documentary came out this week. I'm just curious, when can we expect your Netflix documentary?
Never.
Never, Jesse.
Never. I'm not into that kind of stuff. I've been. Believe me, I get offers for all kinds of books and this and that. I'm not interested in that type of stuff at all.
Yeah, I don't want to do a documentary where they bring up the part where you can navigate around the wife slap. You can navigate around that.
No, not just the wife slap. I think he has a lot to hide, Dana. Like, I think a lot goes on behind the scenes that he doesn't want people knowing about. So it would be in his best interest to never do a documentary ever.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. One's in the chat if you would like to see a Dana White documentary. Although there are a ton on, Patrick Gavia did a Dana White thing that was pretty interesting with the UFC, the Rise. There are a lot of people that put things together.
But there's probably contracts and stuff where they can pick and choose what they put into those things, so that they're not.
Let's see. So only Cheeto, Cheeto is the only one that would want to see a Dana White documentary. That's it. That's it. Everything else is like this. Oops, wrong thing. Just crickets, baby. Just crickets. Just crickets. Quit pausing. Dude, you can go to fucking the UFC. You can go to Mac Life. You can go to everything and just watch it.
Yeah, you can watch it yourself.
You stupid fuck. Yeah. Stop pausing it. Bro, we're reacting to it, you dumb fuck. What the hell's wrong with you? Yo, stop the O'Reilly. Stop pausing it, bro. I need to watch the whole... Didn't just fucking Google it, you idiot. I never understood that. Never understood that. Stop pausing it, man. I want to watch the whole thing. Then go to the fucking channel and watch it.
Movie roles, none of that shit. This is what I do. This is what I like to do. I'll literally never do any of that stuff. But thank you.
You gave him a bonus, so I think we could tell you liked his performance. But Diego Ferreira coming in on a 3-fight skid and then doing what he did to Michael Johnson. What do you think about his performance and just how good?
All right, that's great. It was incredible. All right, let's get past this. Let's get to
Dern and Hill.
Called out. She called out Jan and said Rose, but is a matchup with Rose, is that a fight that you would like to see? And
who did Dern?
Dern.
I don't know. I don't know right now.
I don't make fights.
Was on point. She hurt Angela Hill.
All right, who cares? Let's get to the juicy.
The guy who helped launch the UFC, and you know, we paid respect to him tonight, not only on the broadcast, but you know, all over social media too.
Oh, this is Brown's death.
And but the guy lived a great life, man.
Okay.
Talking about Aljo and O'Malley.
Okay. Aljamain Sterling, Sean O'Malley. We're going to get into that now. And it gets a little weird here.
It looks like the fight had been verbally agreed upon, but then we see Aljo go on in, social media saying like, well, if my body feels good, I guess I'll be ready or something. And then you have O'Malley saying, well, regardless, I'll be there and I'll be fighting for a title.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know what to say.
What kind of response is that?
He doesn't know what to say.
What does that mean?
Okay, well, he's going to explain it, but he does not like Aljo at all.
Well, I mean,
he hates him.
I don't even think it's. I don't even
hates
think.
him.
No, I don't think
because
he
he's black,
hates
Jesse.
Aljo. I think he just doesn't. I mean, and rightfully so.
He hates black
Aljo. I'm
Aljo.
kind of in agreement that Aljo is not a good champ. Like,
why?
He's not marketable at all.
I agree.
Like,
but he has the weekly
nothing
scraps.
Marketable about that guy at all.
Have you ever watched the weekly scraps, Jesse?
And honestly, the fact that the fans can't rally around him is not good for the UFC. They need to get him the fuck out of there.
That's what they're doing. They're trying to push him out. Quick turnaround, throw him in Boston. Everyone's going to be going, O'Malley, O'Malley, O'Malley. All the Irish people in Boston, let's go. People going to be having the wigs on. Aljo walking out to the booze. But Aljo's going to go in the cage and he's just going to fucking drag him around and probably submit him in the first round. But short turnaround, Aljo's dealing with a couple of injuries. Aljo's looking chunky.
Yep.
You know, they're trying to do whatever they can to make it, you know, difficult for Aljo. Here's the boss's response.
Yeah, he's fighting. Do you want me to explain what's going on in the mind of fucking Aljo? I was in the gym this morning working out. I got a call that Aljo said. You know, I got a call from 3 guesses who called me today and said, Aljo sounds like he doesn't really want to fight. 3 guesses. $100 right now for whoever can guess it.
You think I can guess it, Jess?
I have a couple, but
who's your guess?
Hunter.
No. You got 3 guesses, Jesse. Go ahead. That's 1. Who called him?
Who called and said Aljo's sounding like he doesn't want to fight? Who would have called? Would it have been someone from his camp?
I know. I'm not giving you any hints. You have 3 guesses.
Because Sarah trains with him, and he's best friends with Dana White.
We're not best friends, but yeah, good.
Well, they're close. So Sarah?
No, 0 for 2.
Okay, one more.
Dan Hardy.
I feel like it's
you're not gonna get the 100.
I feel like it's some like completely obvious person, and I'm just completely missing it.
All right, who would be very interested in Aljamain Sterling drama? Who would be the most interested?
Cejudo.
There you go.
Cejudo?
Who?
Yeah. Henry. Someone said Henry, so Dana gets up.
Oh, it's Cejudo?
Yeah.
That's funny.
You can't really see it, but he took 100 out of his pocket, but with his 100 is a fucking wad of 100. Like he just
It would
had
have
a
been
wad.
funny if he just threw the whole wad
Dude,
of
he had
cash
a
at him.
wad. I was like, I'm so jealous. just in his tight ass jeans. Just like, I don't need a wallet. Boom, wad of cash. I'm bringing this to the blackjack table. Let's give this to the young lady that said Henry.
Oh my God.
Man of his word.
Henry Cejudo calls me and says, this little pussy doesn't want to fight. I'll take the fight. I'm throwing my hat in right now. Let's do it. I'll fight O'Malley. Da 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 da. So Hunter is my neighbor.
Your brother?
Comes over to my house. Said, what's going on? You know, and I think, you know, we got his manager on the phone, stuff like that. It's just, Aljo's one of those guys who just can't get out of his own way. You know, apparently he's in for the fight. Why he said that, who knows? It's just, yeah. This is my life, brother. This is my life.
But if that fight...
The fight is on.
Okay, I don't want to...
The fight is absolutely positively on.
So the one, Sean O'Malley and Aljo.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about that?
I mean, I like it just at the possibility of getting Aljo out of champ position. You know, and it's nothing against Aljo. Like,
Squeeze him out?
Listen, I wish Aljo the best, but at the same time, maybe the best somewhere else. Because I can't...
Bellator?
I just can't... I can't get on board with the whole Sterling champ thing. I just can't.
Well, I mean, okay, so like to play devil's advocate.
He worked his way up. He rightfully earned. I mean, I wouldn't say rightfully.
If you were Aljamain Sterling, you just beat Henry Cejudo, Triple C, all that fun stuff, and then they're like, "Oh, by the way, you're turning it around very quickly." Boston, Sean O'Malley. You really don't have a say in this. This is happening. Okay.
Yeah.
Here's the contract. What would you do if you were Aljo? Would you say, "Well, we'll pump the brakes here. Let's."
Well, if they say that you don't have a choice in the matter.
Well, I'm just. I mean, they probably didn't go at him like that, but in they kind of did, you know. But they didn't like go to him and say, "Sign this motherfucker."
Listen, what's he gonna do? If he wants to be taken seriously as a champ, he has to be ready for anything, right? So, you know.
So Aljamain
Connor
Sterling
would have never complained about something like this.
Well, they would never do that to Connor. Look at that logo. Come on, baby. Look at that. All right. So here's the weekly scraps. Now, all right. I got to be careful here because we're friends with Law MMA. The guys over there, I like the guys in Law MMA. Here's the weekly scraps. So Aljo, I think he hired the guy on the right. That's like his producer. He's his editor. And he like razzes him. Like he's like... he's constantly riding this guy, you know, but he's the guy that he's the behind the scenes, put these videos out, and Aljo's trying to pump out content. I never understood how you could be a UFC champ, arguably the best bantamweight to ever do it, and still have issues getting that YouTube channel off the ground. It's nuts, man. It's nuts. So go subscribe
like
to
I said,
Aljo.
the fans can't rally behind him. I don't know what it's about.
Yeah, I mean that's a massive red flag. You know, like like if I was Aljamain Sterling, I'm sure deep down when he's having conversations with his fiance, I'm sure there's times where they're having pillow talk. He's fucking crying into that pillow, saying, "Why does no one like me?"
No,
I guarantee. I fucking put money on it. That Funk Master is like, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh, why does no one like me? Dana doesn't like me. The fans don't like me."
All right.
I'm telling you. I have a feeling that is what's going on. But he has this hard shell. He puts it out there.
A straight answer what that actually means.
Let's listen to the Funk Master here. I don't hate Aljo, but he makes it very hard. He makes it very hard to root for them. You know, very, very hard.
From Uncle Dana. Dana is super nice.
Okay, let's back it up here. Let's see. Let's hear.
Listen, turn the volume.
He's got You see who he's got with him too? It's pretty cool. He's got Kelvin Gastelum, and he's got Sulu from Star Trek, Jesse, on his podcast. Did you know that?
Nice.
Kelvin Gastelum and Sulu.
I'm going to accelerate the noise and make this as crazy.
That's it.
Super
Pause that
chat.
thought. We got Stormy Daniels coming in.
I'd never subscribe to that clown.
All right, fine. I feel like I throw it out there. You don't have to subscribe to him. It's up to you. All righty.
Information.
Here we go.
I'm going to give you guys the car facts, the MMA facts. We're going to do this the right way. All
He's going to give you guys the Carfax, okay? You guys ready for the Carfax?
Show me the Carfax.
This is Sterling's rebuttal to, if you just jump it in, you just got here just at the right time because you see the thumbnail. It took us an hour and 35 minutes to get here, but we are here. We are finally here. To the point, the drama, Aljamain Sterling and Dana White going back and forth. We heard the boss. Now let's hear from the bantamweight champion. You ready? You ready, Jess?
I'm ready, Moss.
I'm here for violence today. You know, you're not gonna keep You're not gonna keep up with this defamation because unless Uncle Dana, bro, I'm still waiting on that Lambo too. If we're gonna
wait, I thought you delivered the Lambo.
Not yet. Okay, I'm still waiting on that.
All right, my bad.
I gotta pull up to Boston.
They must have comedy on that show, Jesse.
Oh my goodness.
They have comedy.
It just makes it so much worse.
It's so uncomfortable. It's so uncomfortable. This is why I don't do...
nobody even laughed when he said it,
Dude,
know, like...
Well, yeah, here's the thing. I understand uploads get you in the algorithm, but it is an insufferable way to make a living on YouTube. It's the worst. It really is the worst. Thank God we have a community here that shows up for live streams, because I got to be honest with you, if I had to do uploads and then have like nothing to bounce off of and just talk into a fucking camera and just die, like that's what he's doing right now. Listen.
You want me to be the four-time, I gotta look good while I'm doing it. But what I'm saying is, you put me in this situation and you make it sound as if you want me to be the bad guy, tell me behind closed doors, behind the scenes, Aljo, this is what we're gonna do. This is the script. Here it is. It's not WWE, but this is the script. This is what we see that the fans are picking up on you. Why don't we just take this and turn the volume up and accelerate the noise and make this as crazy as possible? I'm with it. You guys know I like to play a character. I'll be him. Let me be the character, but get me in on the joke.
Oh no.
What?
Oh, he shouldn't have said that.
What?
Because after the whole Piotr Jan thing, the whole debacle with the knee, and then he tried to defend himself, and then later on tried to play the heel, and then later on tried to defend himself again. Like, everyone was coming at him for the whole character spiel, and then he tried to defend himself, like, circle back around.
Yeah.
Now he's over here saying, oh, I'll play a character. It's not a good look. This is not a good look for Aljo.
Well, you know what's weird too? Like, I've kind of leaned in Aljo's side over here.
Oh no!
But then, like, it's hard to do because he just, the foot just goes straight into the mouth over and over again.
He just contradicted himself completely.
Let's get on the joke together, but not when you're gonna keep doing this stuff and then making me look like I'm a bitch, or like, nah, bro, you're not gonna keep doing that, dog. Like, fuck out of here, Dana. Get out of here with that.
What does he have, Tic Tacs in his hand? What's making that noise?
I don't know. Sounds like something's beating up against the mic.
Dude, what's going on?
Nah. I've done everything the UFC has asked me to do. Everything. Two partially torn biceps. I went through 2 training camps like that. Fought through, beat Piotr Jan, former champion. Beat TJ Dillashaw, former champion. Say whatever you want about his freaking arm. Oh, it's controversial win. You didn't really win. 48-46. SMD. Got it.
What?
Suck my dick, that means, Jesse. Anyway,
Oh.
you want to see it
Wow,
again?
am I actually old that I didn't know what that meant?
SMD, Jesse.
48-46. SMD. Got it.
He said that to Dana? Or is he saying that in
Well,
general?
he's saying the scores. He's talking about the scorecards
Yeah.
over there. Wait, read the
But
scorecards. The
is
proof's
this
in the
response
scorecards.
to Dana, or
No.
is he just saying this
Did you
in
just
general?
you zoned out already?
No, he was responding to Dana. I just
No,
wanted
he's talking about the people that are criticizing his win.
Okay.
And he's like, look at the scorecards.
Yeah.
And then you got Henry Cejudo, the greatest combat athlete of all time, self-proclaimed. I beat this guy also with a partially torn bicep tendon. Get stem cells.
When they asked you to.
And they asked me to.
Yeah.
Every single time they've asked me to fight, I've saddled up, put my nuts on the table, and I showed out every single time and I won. So it's just like, at what point do I get credit from the UFC, from Uncle Dana? Dana is super nice behind closed doors. But then he tells me I can't get out of my own way.
All right, so that's what he said, right? Well, there's more. There's more to it. He can't get out of his own way. And he literally proved why Dana White said that. Like he can't get out of his own way. Yes, he is right. Like, it seems from what I've heard here and what I've seen before, it seems like he's a company man. At the end of the day, he may complain on social media, but at the end of the day, he'll sign the contract. As long as he's healthy, he'll sign the contract. But I think what happened was a couple of times they wanted him to fight on a specific date, and he was injured, and it spoiled some of the plans. And then on top of him being injured, he happens to be incredibly cringy to the point where people are dropping clown emojis and trying to chase him off the internet. You know, so now the UFC has this pickle. They have a little dilemma. They have a champion now that people kind of can get on because he's winning now, so you have a little bit more of a positive vibe, but still predominantly bad. He walks into the arena in Jersey and he's getting booed out of the fucking place. That's supposed to be home field advantage for him. Now, granted, New Jersey and New York are not the same thing, but still, going in there, he should have been greeted with cheers. Instead, Henry Cejudo lives on the other side of the country. He's getting cheered. You know, that's a problem. And if you're the bad guy, you gotta lean into the bad guy to the point where it's like, okay, it's gonna sell a ton of pay-per-views. People hate you so much they want to see you lose. People hate you so much they'll buy that pay-per-view to root against you. That makes a good heel a good bad guy, and I don't think he's doing that. I don't feel that Aljamain Sterling is doing any of that stuff. The numbers aren't backing what he's been able to do here. So the weird, I don't want to say what the weird part is until he's completely done, but the UFC is screwing him, but for a reason. They want to chase him out. He's not making the money. That's what it comes down to. It's a business. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what Dana White could be a real dick and say, how do I say this? My bantamweight champion doesn't provide anything for us. No one likes him. Imagine if Dana White says it. No, he was booed in Jersey. That was weird. You know, he's doing a lot of good things, but no one's buying the pay-per-views. Right?
Yeah.
Dana could really throw him under the bus, like if he really wanted to, but he can't. It's bad business. He can't be doing that, right? So, like if I was Dana, I would take Aljo behind the scenes and be like, listen, you really don't have a leg to stand on. These are the fucking numbers. This is what you're bringing us. If you don't perform at your job, right? I understand you're winning, but if you're not drawing, and I guess the counter argument would be, well, the UFC's not doing a good job promoting him.
But they marketed his fight, like they were marketing him the same way they marketed Cejudo. It's up to the fighter too to market themselves.
Exactly.
Like the UFC can only do so much. They have fights to fill, so it's up to the fighter to make sure that the audience loves or hates them. You know, one way or the other, that people are talking about them.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah. He has the platform. He's got the weekly scrap. He's got his Twitter, and it just keeps on step. There is a very weird twist to this whole back and forth with Dana and Aljo. There's a really strange twist. We're going to get to it soon.
I'm like, what does that even mean? Just clarify what that means. And if we're going to say like it's because of me saying like, yeah, I'm fighting, but I'm also banged up, I want to see how my body feels. There's never been a fight that was scheduled where people signed the contract. And remember, contracts are just formality. It's just to say, hey, you're going to show up. Like, no one's going to sign a contract and actually just not show up in the UFC. That just doesn't happen. Yeah. So let's stop pretending that's a thing. Okay, I agreed to the fight. I agreed to the TJ fight. You guys want to ask Dana when I signed the freaking TJ contract. You guys are going to be wildly surprised. When was the date that I signed that contract? If I say I'm going to show up, I fucking show up and I fight.
They got to do something about that clicking sound.
I found out it's his necklace. Every time he moves and you hear that pop, you see his necklace move.
Dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's annoying.
This is why no one's subscribing. Dude, fucking get your shit together, man.
I don't think he knows. I don't think he can hear it.
You are the bantamweight champion. You got the fancy belt sitting on the table. You got 2 fancy mics in front of your guests. Actually, I think one's a Yeti, so it's not very fancy. How the fuck do you not have 3 mics in there? I don't understand. Like, get a bullshit mic, put it on a bullshit arm. So he's got a lapel mic on his gold chain. Yeah, the second one looks like a Yeti. Actually, they're both Yetis. Bro, what the fuck? You got that nerd money? You've been defending the belts. You got cash. You got a house in Vegas, house on Long Island. You can't get another mic? You got to put a lapel mic on your fucking chain? Like, what the fuck? What is going on here? I mean, Jesus Christ. If Bird MMA can do it, you can do it, champ.
It's never like, oh, I'm playing these games. We make a deal, a man of my word, I show up, I compete every single time, and I do what champions do. I do the media that they asked me for, driving out from Morristown to the city twice the fight week while I'm freaking sucked out of my mind, pause, going into the city, cutting weight, crazy, famished. Did all the media stuff, make weight, I show up, I perform, I crush the interviews, I say the good stuff, I say the bad stuff, I play the part that I feel like they want me to play, and I play the part that I want to play in terms of being myself. So when I look at
I don't think they want you to play this part. I think if the UFC had their way, I think you would play a different role. Just saying. I don't know. I don't think.
What did he say? What? I left. What was?
No, he says he's playing the role that UFC. Hold on, listen.
Perform. I crush the interviews. I say the good stuff. I say the bad stuff. I play the part that I feel like they want me to play, and I play the part that I want to play in terms of being myself.
Well. Okay.
Okay. So what do you think?
No, keep going. I don't want to give thoughts
when I look
yet.
at all that, it's like, what else could you possibly want from a champion who's active, competing? He's doing the stuff that you asked of him, meaning you're putting your promotional dollars out there for me to go do all these things to big up the fight, promote the fight, and I'm out here in these streets working. So my thing with Dana is, damn dog, why can't you just give credit where credit is due? Why can't you, like, even if you feel I can get out of my own way, there's no context behind that, because literally everything you've asked me to do, I've done it. So make it make sense. What does that even mean, Dana?
Can you explain it? What does it mean he can't get out of his own way? What would you say it is?
Well, in my personal opinion, and I could be wrong, but it sounds like Aljo cares more about what people think about him rather than how he markets himself as a champion. It seems like he cares more about being liked or more about what people are saying.
That's not the case, because he doesn't give a fuck about what people like now, because, I mean, he's literally trying to lean into the heel on Twitter.
Okay, let me rephrase. He cares more about what people are saying about him. Like, he's so focused on that he's not focusing on how he can market himself as a champ.
Oh, yeah. But see, yeah, that's probably true, because Aljo does do a lot of interviews where he's going in there and he's constantly backpedaling and explaining himself why certain things happened. And then after the over-explanation of a certain thing, why a fight went like this, why the scores went like that, blah, 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 he then reverses it and then becomes cringe and then leans into the other side.
Yeah, he's always paying attention to what
himself.
Everyone's saying. Yeah.
Yep. He sticks his foot in his mouth. He's got foot and mouth syndrome. That's the biggest problem with Aljamain Sterling. He just can't. Like, it sucks. It sucks because if you think about it, what he's done is very impressive, especially reinventing himself, especially after getting just his brain knocked out of his ears from Marlon Moraes. And then next thing you know, he's the champion defending the belt in conversation as the best bantamweight of all time. Like, if you just look on paper what he's done, it's fascinating.
Yeah.
But could you imagine being so fucking successful and being so hated, but not for the reasons you want to be hated for? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's got to be horrible.
I don't think anyone wants to imagine that.
That's got to be horrible. Think about it. Even the heels. Like, even the heels are in on the joke.
Yeah.
Aljo's not in on the joke. Like Colby Covington, for instance. He's in on the joke. You know what I'm saying? Like, you say what you will, you may like, you may dislike him, but Colby's in on it.
He knows what he's doing.
He's writing it out.
Yeah.
Whereas Aljamain Sterling is just trying to, on the fly, come out with things. And he's trying to have a little fun with it, and it's just fucking falling apart left and right. It's a bummer, man. It really is a bummer, because he is a nice guy. Like, he's not a nasty dude.
I don't think he is. And that's the thing. Like I've said before, like I wish him well and everything, but it's just hard to, it's really, really hard to get on board with him.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Aljo. I like him as a person. He's not bad. Like, anytime we've met him, he's actually a very nice guy. I just don't like, it's just frustrating. And his team stands by him no matter what. They love him. And I understand why, because he's a good guy, he's a good teammate. But like, he says he doesn't go to Extreme Couture anymore because they train too hard over there, and they kind of go too hard on him. Like, he has to bring his own guys to the gym because people are going like double, tripling down on him. Like, going too hard, like, training. I think even the fighters don't like him, it seems like.
Yeah, I mean, if that's true, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, unless they're in his circle, they don't give a fuck. Like, Raul Rosas Jr. went to train with him, and Aljo had nothing good to say about that whole situation. You would think Raul Rosas, after the loss, would have been humbled?
I will say, I do think Aljo has a little bit of a victim complex.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much of this we can really take, like, without a grain of salt, because if he does indeed have this victim complex, he could be upping, like, making it a little more theatrical than it actually was. you know, like over amplifying the situation for what it was.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I'm not saying that these things didn't happen. We don't know. But I'm also saying that, like, you know, it just seems like he's the victim a lot.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
I'm pretty sure he couldn't give you a straight answer what that actually means. Because regardless if he wants to say, oh, well, he's on social media and he's saying all this stuff and he's pretending that he's a champion because he got hit by this illegal knee, blah, blah, blah. If I want to play that character, that's on me. That has nothing to do with you. In terms of the company, I did everything that you want.
Is he really playing a character?
I
don't think he
like
is.
I said,
He's not.
I think he cares too much what people say. I don't think it's a character at all.
You don't play the character and run around saying I'm playing a character.
Yeah, I don't.
You play the character, stay there.
I think he's a victim, and I think that he's just kind of what he is playing is victim. That's for sure. But I don't think he's playing anything that the UFC is trying to put together for him.
Yeah, what character is he playing?
Yeah.
Like right now, he's being him, right? Like most of the times in interviews, there's no character.
It's usually him defending himself.
He's being Aljamain Sterling.
Yeah.
Where's the characters on Twitter? Press conference? Seems like it's him. Like it just seems like him having a good time.
Yeah, I don't
what character is he talking about?
I mean, maybe there is a little bit of a character when he's like doing press conferences or something, but
what's the character?
For the most part, I don't see
the character
anything,
at all.
Yeah. Anything going on.
I mean, I see the same guy razzing his teammates and having a little fun and being sarcastic and doing his thing. Like, I don't know. It seems like it's just playing Aljamain Sterling.
So where am I not getting out of my own way? I'm here for violence.
Wow. That was big.
You see what I'm saying?
No, that's fair.
So
hold on. Let me get up from sucking your dick now.
Wait, but what's so hard for...
What was wow about that? What was...
Wait, can you go back a couple seconds? Let me hear that again.
What was so wow about? You want to get to the wow? What do you want?
Just...
so where am I not getting out of my own way? I'm here for violence.
Wow. That was big.
You see what I'm saying?
No, that's fair.
So...
What was big about that?
Oh, God.
What is Sulu saying over
I
here?
guess he's saying it's big because he stood up to Dana White.
What's so big? What did he say that was big?
You know what? He probably wasn't listening.
Wow. I'm not listening to you.
Yeah, he probably tuned out like the last half.
Yeah, he didn't listen to
and
shit.
So he's just going, wow, because he has no clue what he was just saying.
That was amazing. Dude, listen back. There was nothing wow about that.
Oh, God.
There was no wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that was crazy.
Yeah.
It's over.
That's something, you know what's funny? That's something like, and not a knock at this person, but I have a certain family member who also does the same thing when she's tuning you out.
Yeah.
She goes, oh, that's crazy.
Yeah,
but she wasn't even listening to anything you were saying. It's kind of like that.
Yeah, let's see. Let's look at a close up. Let's see what was going through this guy's mind. He wasn't listening to a word Aljo was saying. He's gonna get kicked off the weekly scrap now.
Wow.
Okay, here he is.
That was big.
Yeah, look at him. Look, he's not listening.
I'm here for violence.
Yeah, he's just staring through
Aljo looking like a black Bob Ross over here. He's gonna paint happy little trees. What are you doing, Aljo?
With the company, I did everything that you want. So where am I not getting out of my own way? I'm here for violence.
Wow. That was big.
Yeah. He's just looking right through him.
Oh, my God. Yeah, that was big, man. That's pretty big. Wow. Dude, you said it all. You said it all.
I'd be lying if I said I didn't feel bad a little bit, though, because I don't think Aljo is a bad person.
No, he's a nice guy.
I just think that maybe he hasn't entirely wrapped his head around how to handle situations like this, or maybe like he's living in a different reality than everybody else, and he sees things differently than everybody else does. I don't know. I don't know what the situation is, but man, do you just want to step in and help him?
I know. Like, I feel like someone's got to be like, bro,
yeah,
you got to pull this shit together.
Yeah. I think people probably have tried. Like,
yeah,
you think about it like this: Ray Longo.
What do you think his fiance says? His fiance's probably like, what are you saying?
I don't know.
She's got to be like, what the fuck are you saying?
Yeah.
And he's probably like,
but if she's like any other typical good girlfriend or wife, she's probably enabling him in the sense of like, oh, I understand. I'm sorry. Like enabling his feelings. So she's not the person to get him to see the real situation for what it is.
This thing's an hour long. I'm just going to kind of just get to the Dana stuff over here. Go check out the rest of his video if you want to hear everything with, what's it called? You know, I'm sure he's going to break down the fights and stuff like that. Here's one thing. I'll say a positive thing about Aljamain Sterling. He's a smart guy when it comes to actually fight breakdown. He's actually very good. He's very good at that. On top of the fact that he's done impressive things at bantamweight, breaking down fights, not many people are as good as Aljo. Aljo's very good at that. Dan Hardy's good at that. Henry Cejudo is good at that. and they all are annoying as fuck.
But I will say Cejudo is.
What is that?
Cejudo is redeeming himself a little bit lately.
Well, yeah, I do like Cejudo. Yeah.
Because there was one point when he was so cringe, I just did not want to hear his name.
Yeah, I don't hate him now.
But now he's been, I think, circling back around and becoming a little more tolerable.
Mm-hmm.
And Aljo has not found that yet. I'm sorry, Aljo.
Yeah, it's weird. It is weird. Maybe eventually. Listen, here's the thing. If Aljo keeps on winning, if he keeps on winning fights, there is nothing anyone can say. And if he leaves on top, off of a win, and rides off into the sunset, he can just flip the bird at anyone.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't matter, and people will follow. You know, people like winners, no matter how cringy you are. As long as you keep, like, look at McGregor. You know, if McGregor kept winning, dude, this guy, I mean, it would be ridiculous.
The difference is that McGregor actually had a very stable foundation of fans.
Oh yeah. Well, McGregor's. I mean, yeah.
Even with the cringe, Sterling, I can't really say that about him. Like, he has, I guess, some fans, but I mean, to be booed out of an East Coast arena is a little.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Like, that's a little insane.
He's human. And he's mentioned it before. I'm human, and certain things got to him, but now he pretends it doesn't get to him. And
that's the problem. He's not consistent. He's not consistent with how he's trying to make himself portrayed.
Think about this. He wins. He walks out to the cage, right? They're booing the fucking hell out of him. Then he goes 5 rounds with Henry Cejudo. He's exhausted. He's beat up. You know, like they just had a 5-round fight, right? They put the belt around the waist. He's emotional, and then they just trot Sean O'Malley in there.
Yeah,
you know, at least Merab saved the day.
Didn't he call out Sean in the post-fight interview? He called him out.
No, they said that Sean was going to come in though. So I think Sean was coming in regardless. So
then why did he have to call him out?
So it's like, I mean, I don't know, because he's a company man, you know?
Yeah,
and it's just
but
it's ridiculous. The whole thing is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's listen to the rest of this.
See what I'm saying?
No, that's fair.
So, wait, but what's so hard for Dana to go? Aljamain's Dana. We've seen something. You said the fight's made between O'Malley and Sterling, but we've seen Sterling come out in these interviews saying he's got some lingering injuries, and he's saying he doesn't know how his body's gonna hold up and respond. So, any thoughts on that? Is the fight done?
Okay, wait.
I don't know what the fuck he said.
He just mumbled through all of that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Can
That's
someone please rephrase what he just said?
Look at this guy's face. He's like,
can
what
we
the
go back?
fuck?
Let me try to regather that again.
This guy's probably stoned too. Look at this dude's face.
All
here.
I heard was
this dude. Look, I'm gonna rewind it, but I'm gonna keep it on this guy's face. Watch.
You can't even understand him.
Dude, Aljo, what the fuck did he just say?
It was like he's speeding through his words.
Seen Sterling come out in these interviews saying he's got some lingering injuries, and he's saying he doesn't know how his body's gonna hold up and respond. So, any thoughts on that? Is the fight done?
What?
What language was that?
Something about subliminal injuries. Am I the only one who's not picking up what he's saying?
Dude, he's got to get co-hosts over. Like, what the fuck did you just say? What was that? What did you just mumble? Right? You need the manimal over there or something.
I thought I was listening to my brother talk for a second.
Dude, that's some New York stuff though. Usually I could translate that. I don't know what he said. Does anyone know what he said?
It's Stipe talk.
In my opinion, only out for Aljo is bantamweight GOAT status via at least 2 more defenses. If Sugar starches him, he's finished. That's what the UFC wants.
Wait, what was it? At least 2 more defense. Wait.
Listen.
Sugar starches him. He's finished.
Right now, Aljo is the bantamweight guy. He's the guy. He's the guy. Who is a better? Bantamweight's kind of slim. You know, when you look at the people defending the belts, if you're playing the GOAT game of bantamweight, and you have the cheating of Barao, and Dominic Cruz was always injured. TJ was a cheater, and then he beat TJ even though he was hurt, but he still beat him. You look at all the champions. Cody Garbrandt was exposed real quick. Who is the bantamweight GOAT? Umar didn't even get the belt yet.
Peter Yan.
Get off his dick. Peter Yan was amazing, but Aljo's technically up 2-zip. It is what it is.
He's not up 2-zip, and I can make a lot of arguments for both fights for Petr Yan.
Now, Matt Marshall says Merab. I think I picked Merab to be bantamweight champion by the end of the year. I agree. I think Merab is better than Aljo. I do. I think Merab beats Aljo.
So why doesn't Merab have the belt?
Because they're friends, and Aljamain Sterling is holding up Merab. He's holding him up. I'm telling you right now, these
Do you
guys
think
are
that
in
they've
the gym
already
together.
had this conversation about?
Listen, these guys are in the gym together. I'm sure the machine gives it to Aljo. I'm sure he gives it to him, and Aljo don't want that smoke. He don't want that because when Merab beat Peter Yan, did you see Aljamain's face? Like, what's next? They were showing Aljamain's face. He looked all guilty and shit. I'm telling you right now, man.
Of course he feels guilty.
I'm telling you. Listen, so I'm with you at Merab. I'm with you with Merab, but he's not the champ right now. I'm talking about right now. If you talk about bantamweight GOAT, it's Aljamain Sterling. It is. You can suck it. There's nothing else you can say.
This. If he, like, everything that he's saying here in this video, right, is all about like how he's doing his job as a fighter. So shouldn't his job as a fighter be to put his friendship aside and defend the belt against whoever might be the one who comes and challenges it?
What is Chubb saying? I feel like I'm watching CNN talk about Trump. I just said Aljamain Sterling is the bantamweight GOAT.
Man, I thought I made a good point there.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. What is this Chubbsy Wubsy doing in the chat? Is he drunk? What's going on here? I'm playing both sides, bud. Go ahead. Say it again. Sorry. Drove me nuts there.
No, I'm just saying, if everything that he's saying in this video, look at eyes on me. I want you to focus on this point.
I'm gonna be like that Chinese guy.
Yeah. Wow, that's a good point, Jesse.
Yeah, good job, Jesse. You're not on camera. You're throwing me off. Go ahead.
If everything that he's saying in this video is true to his word, then he's basically saying, I'm doing my job as a fighter. So shouldn't his job be to put his friendship aside and defend against whoever might come up and challenge?
All right, listen. Okay. I am not going to dive down that rabbit hole.
I'm just saying, if Merab is so great.
Listen, that is literally a whole nother show. You understand what I'm saying? So that is your point, okay? But I'm not going to dive down that road because I could do a whole show on that. We'll literally be here for another hour.
I don't need to do a whole show. All I'm saying is it doesn't make any sense. Like everything that Aljo is spewing right now, if that were true, he would fight Merab. That's all.
If he was a company, you know what? There's the point. Cliff notes for you. If Aljo was a company man.
That's what I just said.
Yeah. If you cliff noted it, it's not a bad point. Yeah. If Aljamain Sterling was a company man, the counter is, why are you not fighting Merab?
Friends or not. You fight whoever challenges the
Merab is #1 ranked fighter. If you are a company man, you would fight him. Yes. I agree.
Air high five, Moss.
I agree,
Boom.
Jess. See, you gotta none of this rambling. Just get right to the point. Just tell me exactly what it is, because you're right.
Well, I'm not good with cliff notes, so you can cliff note my points.
You're not wrong. If Aljamain Sterling, that the whole moral of the story is a company man, which everything he said is true, but the UFC wanted him to fight Merab, and then that didn't work out. They threw O'Malley out there, and he said yes because let's be honest,
O'Malley's not his friend.
No, he beats O'Malley.
Well, I mean, and O'Malley's not his friend.
How many people think O'Malley's going to beat? I know any given Sunday, 4-ounce gloves, he can catch him. Listen, guys.
He's just going to lay on him like he did with Jan.
I mean, this is a nightmare matchup for O'Malley. Nightmare. I'm sure O'Malley's in the gym right now. I'm sure he's 24/7 stuffing takedowns, practicing the elbows on the side of the fucking head, flying knees and shit. I know O'Malley's is doing whatever he can to stop. Zen book review. I like you, but you are such a dick rider to these fucking neckbeards. It's ridiculous. It's to the point where it's almost I might have to throw myself off a fucking plane. Zen book reviews. I get it. You like neckbeards. I get it. I like them too, but to the point you're making me start to hate them. Umar's not there yet, bro. Chill. Chill. He's not there yet. Fucking pump the brakes. Pump the brakes. Let's talk about who's there right now, okay? O'Malley versus... does anyone think O'Malley's going to win? All right. Because I got to get through this shit, too.
Absolutely, the fight's done. We spoke to him. This kid's always shown up to the fights. He always makes weight. He does all the media stuff. We know he's going to show up. Yeah, he just fought 2 weeks ago. Yeah, he's a little banged up, but he gave us his word that he's going to show up for this fight. The kid's a killer. The kid's a stud. Isn't he awesome? The same way he goes for Conor. Whenever Conor does something, oh my God, isn't he awesome? Isn't he awesome? Like,
but dude, you just compared yourself to Conor McGregor. Think about this, Aljo. Pump the brakes.
Come on, Aljo.
You just compared yourself to Conor McGregor. Now listen, you may have accomplished more than him if you think about it, defending that belt and doing what you did at bantamweight. But bro, it's about money. What is your highest pay-per-view gate? I mean, not pay-per-view buy rate. Like, what is it? What's Conor McGregor's? What's Conor's lowest?
Connor's lowest is Aljo's highest.
It's not even Aljo hasn't even Aljo's highest hasn't even come close to any of Connor's numbers. So, dude, it's about money. It's not. This is not brain. This is not like Mike Goldberg says, rocket surgery or brain science. Jesse.
Yeah.
Was that what he says? Brain.
Something like that.
I'm trying to get it like Goldberg. It's not that. Aljo.
Can I be awesome too, David?
You can be awesome. You're a very good bantamweight. You're a good champion.
But see, like how he's asking, like, can I be awesome too, Dana? Like, why does he even have to sit there and ask that? Like, just market yourself to be awesome.
This is easy, man. This is easy. This is like, dude, you're doing it again. You're doing exactly
it's a victim complex.
What you did. Like, you're doing what you did when you were the actor and the clown. You're doing it all over again.
Yeah.
You are right. You're right in this situation. Aljamain Sterling, if you're watching this, and someone clip this and send this to him immediately. This is a public address, whatever the fuck.
Public service announcement.
Public service announcement to Aljamain the Funkmaster Sterling. If you are watching this, you are right. I 100% agree with you in this situation. How you are explaining yourself is ridiculous, and you're literally, you can't get out of your own way. As Dana White said, you're shooting yourself in the foot. We are listening to the weekly scrap right now, and all you're doing is pushing yourself backwards and just opening up the doors to the fans shitting on you. When you're right in the situation, you shouldn't be turned around quickly against Sean O'Malley in Boston. Get rid of these injuries and get right back into camp. No, you're the champion. You should have a say. You should be able to sit back, get with your team, and say, okay, I want to fight this person and that person. But instead, you're shoved into this situation. You're right. But how you are explaining yourself, comparing yourself to Conor McGregor, bro, enough. It's raw. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. It's so cringy to listen to.
I'm not asking for much, my boy.
It's crazy, actually.
I'm not asking for much.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy, boys. Yeah, it's crazy. It's not crazy. It's crazy what he's saying.
Boy. So it's like, you want me to give you the Carfax? I'm gonna give you the motherfucking Carfax. Stop playing with stop playing with my name, bro. I'm not, like, if we're gonna do this together, let's get on the same page and let's do this shit the right way.
And by the way, how do we have 200 people here with 107 with the likes? Hit the fucking like button. It's free. Bash it up, ground and pound it.
And I know Tiki's probably gonna give me some shit right now. It's like, motherfucker, I told you not to go. I'm like, listen.
Oh, who's Tiki? Is that his girl?
I don't, no clue.
That's probably his girl. Does anyone know who Tiki is? Is that his agent? That's probably his girl. I guarantee his fiance says, "What are you doing?" on a regular. I
don't
guarantee
think so.
it. I guarantee it. When we had her on, she's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's tough. She was very nice, very sweet, but you can tell she doesn't get walked all over.
But I think she's still,
I guarantee she says shit.
to an extent, enables his feelings. Like,
Who's Tiki? I don't know, man. I guarantee she says. I bet that's her.
Give me some shit right now. It's like, motherfucker, I told you not to go. I'm like, listen, I didn't say I'm not fighting. Tiki, I said I'm fighting. Dana, I said I'm fighting. Hunter, I'm fighting. What else do you want me to do? I'm fucking fighting. Just fuck. Let's figure this shit out.
So here is the craziest part of the whole situation. He is fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Aljamain Sterling is fighting in Boston against Sean O'Malley. So there's no reason for any of this. This entire conversation and entire stream was for nothing. He's fighting. Dana White said he's fighting. Aljamain Sterling said that he is fighting. So what the fuck just happened? Why is any of this happening?
well, I think there's some bad blood.
It makes no sense.
It's kind of like a couple that's arguing, but they're not actually arguing about what they're arguing about. They're arguing about something deeper. You know, it's like that. they're like a married couple.
The stream was for nothing. This stream was for nothing. His weekly scrap was for nothing. Dana White complaining about Aljamain Sterling.
Awesome.
Yes. This is my life, brother. This is my life.
But if that fight...
The fight is on.
Okay, I don't want to...
The fight is absolutely positively on.
Where's the problem? Dana White is bullying. Now, if Aljamain Sterling went on there and said, hey, I'm not fighting. I'm not ready. I'm the champ. I should, okay, then we got something here. But he signed the contract.
He
He's
literally
fighting. Sat
there and complained and cried victim.
Think about how stupid that is.
And then ended it with, well, but I'm still fighting.
That shit just happened.
And poor Kelvin Gastelum had to sit through that whole thing.
Kelvin Gastelum, yeah, he's there. Think about that. Think about that.
Do you think Gastelum's staring at him right now like, you motherfucker?
So the reason why I spent this show to highlight that, I wanted to make sure you guys got to hear how ridiculous Aljamain Sterling sounded.
Yeah.
And by the way, how ridiculous Dana White sounded too, because he went
Well, but
all
Dana was asked a question by the media.
But he could say he's fighting.
Yeah.
That's it. But instead he went on and on. He also
Well, you know why I think he responded that way? Because I think he was previously triggered by the question the media asked before that about a different topic. So he was already like on edge.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he just kind of went into full blown triggered mode.
Here's later on. So you heard that. Here's later on in the media scrum.
Talking about Aljo and O'Malley, it looks like the fight had been verbally agreed upon, but then we see Aljo go on in social media saying like, well, if my body feels good, I guess I'll be ready or something. And then you have O'Malley saying,
oh wait, hold on. Is this the money one? Wait, is this? Oh no, it's the money one. Shit. No, what was the other one? Is this it? All right, I think this is it.
Joe, Aljo's fucking up this whole press conference tonight. No, I don't think so. I don't know what Aljo's doing. Aljo will be in Boston versus O'Malley. That's happening.
That's what he should have said from the very beginning.
Yeah, it should have been left at that and then move on.
But instead we had, this is like a vortex of Dana White right now.
A very dramatic, long, drawn-out response to the whole situation.
Dude's nuts. So Dana White saying that Aljamain Sterling can't get out of his own way. There it is. We literally just broke it down. Aljamain Sterling, just watch that clip. We broke it down for you.
Yeah. When he was asking in the beginning, what do you mean? How can I not get out of my own way and all that stuff? That's literally the answer.
Dude's nuts, man. It really is nuts. Let's get some final comments from the chat. What do you think about this craziness? I mean, it's wild. I could drive maybe, let's see, 200-word essay by Aljo condensed into 10 words by Dana White. Maybach, Master Mac. The Hood loves me. That's good to know. It's good to know that the Hood loves you. Thank you for the likes. Keep on hitting those likes up. Open Discord. No. I just made a hot dog. I think they should have kissed and get it over with. He's pissed off because O'Malley avoided him. Then he took Triple C fight. Then he did the stupid in-ring confrontation after the fight. And now the guy who asked him to do that is shitting on him. So if that's the case, why don't he just say that? Right?
Yeah, he kind of danced around. If that is true, then why dance around it? Why not just?
Why does he need an interpreter?
Yeah,
like
and
a
why
stranger
sit
interpreter?
there and play victim the entire time? Just be honest about it and say, "Well, I don't like that they handled it this way."
Zen still sucking off Umar. I'm rooting for Aljo. Now just give Dana the finger, but I like Sugar a lot. I just smoked a fat-ass, stinky-ass doobie. Setup question. Aljo stepped on his own dong. Duke, bro, Vegas, Florida for the cup. That's hockey. Aljo has to stop letting stuff get to him. Aljo to PFL next.
He won't stop letting stuff get to him. He won't.
Yeah.
He's very sensitive.
He pretends like he's in on the joke and shit like that. He's not, man. Like he's clearly not.
He is the joke.
Yeah, harsh
Yikes.
words. Harsh words.
Yikes.
I apologize to the law team for my co-host. Terrible words.
But am I wrong?
Well, maybe he is a joke. Aljo just wants to sniff Dana's crotch. Sean might pull another Peter against Aljo. Oh, man. Well, yeah, close decision. Dude, close decision. Boston would go in favor. Yeah, Aljo better make sure he dominates. I think Aljo's going to finish him. I do.
O'Malley?
Yep.
No.
I do.
I think he's just going to lay on him for the entire fight.
I'm telling you, 5 rounds. We've seen. Listen,
it's funny because you got 2
but
fakers in the octagon for this fight. So one of them's bound to fake an injury and be like, I can't fight anymore.
Yeah, they were both. Yeah, but Sean has legit quit. Like,
so has Aljo.
I know, but at least Aljo has the luxury of an illegal knee to a grounded opponent.
God, stop it!
Listen,
I'm not diving into this one.
No, but hold on. Yes, I agree. There was a little theatrics.
There's 2 fakers in the octagon.
And we have the emoji of Aljo in the chat. Feel free to throw it out there, members. But here's the thing. he got illegally kneed in the fucking head.
That
Whereas
just
Sean
caters to his
O'Malley,
narrative.
dude,
That's it.
Sean O'Malley. I mean, come on.
I know. I agree
The
with
shit
you.
with the stretcher, the interview on the ground with Joe Rogan, and he's like, "I'm gonna be okay, Joe. It's gonna be fine." Then he gets out on a fucking stretcher.
We should make
nothing happened. It was a fucking nerve.
We should replace.
My man's on a stretcher.
We should replace one of our emojis with both Aljo and Sean's head, like
Dude,
faking.
it's nuts.
Like, and then whenever one of them chooses to fake, which one do you think is gonna fake first?
There is no defending Sean O'Malley at all, man. At all. Here's your fight. There. Look at these two.
It's the clown card.
Oh my god. This shit, you can't even make this up, man. Here's your fight. Here it is. It's official, man. 292. It's going down. It's not for a BMF belt. Will someone quit is the question. Will someone quit in this fight? And I got to say this. Putting money on it, I see Sean O'Malley quitting in this one.
Really?
I do. Yep.
One of them is gonna fake something.
Look
There's
at that
no
long
doubt.
neck. I'm going to do my Conor McGregor. Just look at that long neck over there. He could just get around there and strangle the motherfucker. Look at that thing. Look at it. Look at his neck. Just strangle that thing. He could go around the backside and just choke him the fuck out. You know what I'm saying?
You know what would be funny if there was like an accidental headbutt or something and then they both quit at the same time?
Yeah, a simultaneous.
Yeah. I can't do it anymore.
There it is. The fight is official. Officiale. All right, chat. Thank you for stopping by. I had a blast hanging with you. If you haven't hit the like button, hit it. Share the stream. Comment down below if we missed your comments in the comment section down below over here. Watching the replay or just got something to get off your chest. I appreciate you guys stopping by. We'll be live again. Cody Durden on Wednesday. He's already calling some people out. Cody Durden just came off that big win. Let's see, who's he calling out over here? How do you not love Cody Durden? An Ali Abdelaziz guy, baby. Hey, Manel Cape. You still need an opponent July 8th since big-headed Figgy ain't showing up? I'm down like the economy. I would love the opportunity. Keep me in mind.
Oh, God.
He's my man. Yo, Cody Durden, baby. Come on. Let's go, little Cody Durden. Look at him. He's there he is. Coming back on the MMA-Holes.
He's down like the economy.
He's down like the economy. Love this guy. So he'll be back, Ben Rothwell, next week. But Wednesday night, make sure you subscribe. You hit the notification bell. No one's doing it like us over here. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you on the Wednesday show. Don't be an a-hole. Be an MMA-hole. Yeah, baby! Get out! Get out now!